And then put me into the sky a little bit. So
Where God
everybody,
belongs.
new camera positions this week. I almost forgot. All right. And here we are. I think we are all good. Got that. Got that. Got that. A couple more little thingies here.
Singing would get us copyright striked.
Depends on what you sing and how you sing it. Plenty of covers get taken down, unfortunately.
Yep.
Feels how feisty those bots are.
These are pretty niche songs.
Also subject to change, as the bots would like to say.
Yeah.
They can be real nice one day, and then next week be like, take it down.
Maybe I'll sing in a really off-tempo break.
Okay. Well, I'll just improv the rest of that. No worries.
Very nice.
All right. Well, we're live. We've been live, and we're late live, but here we are. Had some tech stuff to work out. Fun. Welcome to Bane of the Ancients D&D. I am Gats. I am the GM for this. And who am I playing with tonight?
Hello everyone, I am Aludri Alona, and I will be playing Sane Dustvale. He's the small boy, a halfling rogue.
Never gets old, that hesitation on the halfling.
He's half.
Hello, I am Charlotte, and I will be playing Zophanis Yakan, the ever-rangery wood elf ranger. He might get wasted tonight. We'll see.
Hello, I am Joe. I'll be playing Valis Delith, the drow wizard. We shall see how things go. I'm a little bit sick, so I'm probably not going to be talking all that much.
Thank you for being here, despite your ills.
Woo.
The wills over ills, you know what I mean? All right. So, let's get into the recap. So as before, again, you were continuing your journey across the northern mountains known as Spine of the World towards the destination of Icewind Dale. You'd all signed on to a 20-ish wagon caravan managed by the trail boss Scylla. She assigned all of you tasks, has been keeping you mostly busy, and you've all assisted with overcoming and avoiding various obstacles throughout the pass. Last session, the morning after the most intense blizzard you've encountered during your trek through towards 10 towns, you each agreed to take on the responsibility of wagon drivers for the last 4 days of the journey to Bryn Shander. Scylla offered each of you 40 silver each if you can get your respective wagons to town in one piece. Since that terrible blizzard, the sun hasn't been in the sky. It has been dark and twilight, and some such things. No more bright white snow around you. During your trek towards Bryn Shander, it was semi-uneventful until the party encountered a huge eagle flying up in the sky, seemingly with a person or something dangling from its claws. Valis and Tom stood ready to fend off the eagle should it decide to turn on the caravan. But while the eagle was soaring above the caravan, a person dropped about 60 feet and struck the snow and ice. There was a great crack as a woman thudded into the snow, and her leg broke through the ice, and the ice broke her leg. Through some rope work and jumping around on the snow and ice, and even though Sane fell almost all the way through the ice again, the party was able to rescue the fiery-haired woman. Zophanis seemed to dance almost weightlessly across the snow almost throughout the entire endeavor. And this fiery-haired woman called herself Velvine. Her hair did bring a lot of attention from the party, though no one was quite familiar with how someone could have hair quite that fiery. Again, not being red, but almost looking like it had embers in the hair itself. The party brought the event of the woman falling into the ground to the trail boss Scylla. as the eagle flew away. And Scylla kind of agreed to let Velvine ride the caravan to Bryn Shander under the responsibility of Sane and Zilphanas, given previous puppies that had been rescued along the way. And Velvine agreed that she would give some gold that she had on her and more when she got back to 10 towns, of course.
Of course.
And then laid herself across the thighs and knees of Zilphanas and Sane as they continued to drive their wagon. Tom and Valis just kind of looking suspiciously from the wagon a couple wagons back. And Velvine seemed to get familiar with Sane during the ride, while giving Zilphanas the cold shoulder, you could say, although it was the cold legs, flirting her way as much as she could towards Sane. That night, when you guys were finished making camp, it seemed like a pretty uneventful time until Valis felt a horrible pain on his right calf. Something bit him and ripped a chunk of his leg off from underneath a wagon. He jumped up on the
Nasty
wagon
little beasties.
in pain, and Tom and the others tried to investigate the scene of what had possibly bit him, but all they found was freshly sprayed steaming blood in the snow and some strange scratches on the underside of the wagon. No sign of whatever did it. Tom was able to use some of his divine healing magic to heal most of Alice's injury, but they were not able to find the beast. Though later in the night, after everybody had winded down, Zilphanas did get a glimpse of some seemingly like a silvery large fish head glistening in the moonlight with very sharp teeth. Zilphanas caught the eye of it as it caught the eye of Zilphanas, and it dashed off into the moonlight just as Zilphanas was pulling their bow up to fire a shot. Whatever bit Valis was probably that, and it was unclear where the thing skittered off to. There was a bit more drama that night between Sane and Velvine, as Velvine was coming on strongly to Sane as they were approaching 10 towns, and all seemed to be going pretty well, until the flirting got a little out of hand. She tried to cast Charm Person on Sane, little aggressive, and Sane was like, nah, and hurt her feeling, just the one, as she kind of took the cloak with her that Zilphanas had let Sane wear because he was wet saving her, and went to go frump by the campfire. Zilphanas tried to comfort Velvine a bit. Velvine pouted a bit about the so happens with Sane, just kind of frumping, and gave Zilphanas back their cloak as they literally kind of wrapped around the embers of the fire. They were still cold, called out for the fire to be lit. Valis, Valis, Valis. Valis let it sink in that he didn't care too much for having his name called by this new folk coming into the camp, snuggled on Sane, but did eventually light the fire. I mean, it's his job after all. After that, it was more of the same, riding towards Bryn Shander. You guys all stayed pretty well on the pass, avoided danger, until the very last trek into Bryn Shander's gates, where Tom's music drew a yeti in the early morning out from
So good
the
as
snow,
music is.
and it bum rushed and tried to kill him with its cold gaze and lashing out. Everybody with ranged weapons in the caravan lashed out at the yeti and took it down within moments. But then all the other yetis in the region started waking up and rushing towards the smell of blood and screaming as you all scrabbled into the gates, where you were greeted by some of the gate guard. They collected your names, a little bit of information about you, asked generally what your business was. Some of them gave you kind of I will write that down, but I see through you. That is definitely not your name or whatever you're lying to me about, but I'll write it down. And Zilphanas might have started a small fan club with one of the guards after they learned that who Sophanis really was associated with, the guides. So awesome. And Sophanis
he
even
saw the
showed
tattoo.
off his sweet tattoo. Magic
It is
tattoo.
a pretty sweet tattoo.
Thank you.
Big fan.
After all the who are you and everything and stuff was done, the guards went back to their posts. Scylla and most of the other folks started, putting the livestock into the barn, bringing the wagons up towards the center of Bryn Shander, towards the market square. And, Hel gave you guys a, hey, I'll see y'all later. Pointed out that Sophanis and him still had a contest that was tied throughout this entire caravan trek, and that they should have their final showdown at a tavern, dwarven style. Didn't say what that meant. Sophanis has an idea. And Helg described a couple taverns around, but I believe you guys decided that you were going to go to the Northlook
Oh yeah, for sure.
tavern, a more rough and tumble adventurers, where to get rumors kind of place. And he said that he would meet you guys there, probably linger there the next couple evenings as work allows, and hope to catch you guys before he ends up going to East Haven. I think he said 3 days, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
After that, Tom being chilled to the bone, pretty beat up from that Yeti, you guys dragged him over to the temple in Bryn Shander called the House of the Morning Lord, where you met a quirky priest who was arguing with their upstairs tenant, family member, question mark. They were able to heal Tom's wounds, but when you brought the attention of Tom's curse from Levistus, the priest was a bit wary, wanted to do some more research and let you guys know that, she did not have the components and things on hand to remove such a powerful curse. Though she did mention there is a powerful wizard rumored to be around, though she was unsure if she's still in 10 Towns. I think she informed you guys that it had been at least a week or two since she had talked to this wizard, if I recall correctly, and described her as an elderly human woman with white hair and an eye patch, pretty grizzled. So you all stepped out of the home that had been turned into a temple. One other detail, on your way over to the temple, Sane noticed some freshly torn paper around Market Square, but there was one that had been missed. On wax-covered paper, there was a drawing of a bearded dwarf that looked pretty familiar. And as Sani got close to it, it was none other than a portrait of Helg with his name just written on the bottom. Like the other ones seen around, Sange tore down this poster as well, folded it up, and then revealed it as they exited the House of the Morning Lord to the party. And we rejoin the party as they are standing outside of this temple. Tom still cursed, but not as banged up. Everyone's staring at this portrait of Helg. Is there anything that you guys want me to mention that you think I missed of importance?
No. Sounds all about right to me.
Nothing off the top. There were just a couple other places around that, like names of shops that we noticed, but
Don't need to get
most
into all that, the recaps, though. It's all good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, yes. That's right. Velvine snuck off before.
Yeah, Velvine dipped. We also, there's that sweet ass statue outside the southeast gate.
There is a sweet-ass statue outside the southeast gate that most of you didn't really get a good look at as you were rushing into the gates.
Right.
Some of you noticed it seemed to be elven frame with kind of darkening where the flesh might be. But beyond that, it has not been investigated in detail by the party at this time. All right. So, let's go to Bryn Shander's city map. Doo-doo-doo. Sane, you just revealed this picture of Helg to the party. I believe the way you described it is you kind of called them over to about a corner near an alley. It's not
Yeah.
really great alleys around, but there's some spots you can kind of have some
It's
cover.
just a bit out of the way.
And you
back to
dramatically
walk.
drew your party towards you to look over your shoulder, did the whole oh, and then whipped it out.
Yes.
What do?
It's a picture of Helg.
Got his name, too. Just in
Yeah.
case I'd have thought it was some other dwarf. There were quite a few of these torn down around town. Either Helg isn't happy about some obsessive stalker that is trying to find him, or it's something even less savory than that.
Less savory, as in.
We've all got different reasons for being out here in Ten Downs.
This is true.
Even so, word can spread pretty far. You'd be surprised.
We
Well,
can ask him about it later if it's concerning to you.
not concerning. He's your friend, and Sano will pass it over. What do you think we do with it?
Let me give it some thought. And I'll let you know before we find Helg tonight.
Well, might be best if you bring it up. Just you and him, if you think it's fine.
Alright, I can do that.
Well, we made it. We're here. We've got an idea. We've got... I'd say we're burning daylight, but we're not.
Yeah, though it's probably around 9 or 10 in the morning. It is dark as night outside right now. As they kind of described as you got towards Rinshander, the quote, daytime, when twilight is brightest, is usually between the hours of 10 and 2. 10 a.m.
Yeah.
and 2 p.m. is the lighter hours of the day. But no sun.
Well, I suppose we have the time. Do we want to go take a look maybe at the market?
I'd say so. We've got a bit of time before, well, it's evening here, right? Before we have to meet Helg.
We do.
Looks... I'd just like to make sure we have some clear ideas as to what we're sorting out before we break.
Understandable. I mean, my goal is still the same as before. I was sent here to figure out what's going on and fix the trade routes. So,
Fair enough. Well, if
Um,
we're heading to the markets... Hey, Tom. Looks crossways. Since you're so kind and, well, receptive to giving out gold to the losers, all the better to be paying for. What do you say you divvy up some of the things you have?
As you say
Who
that,
dat?
some very loud boots come around the corner. Having said Tom out loud, thump, thump, thump. It's armored boots, obviously making themselves known. And it's none other than that older grizzled gate guard who seems to remember everyone and everything, who gave Sonny that very long look.
So here's what happens. Sane, sees him and then, looks crossways and probably kind of shrinks back a little bit.
Surprised we're seeing you so soon again, sir.
Is something the matter, officer?
Tom, he's that one?
Oh.
Yes.
He points to the cat. Man.
Not bad.
Yes, sir, that's me. I'm going to do terrible Tom voice, sorry.
It's fine.
It's fine. You're going to need to come with us. We're going to
Do
need
we
to...
at least
What is it? He turns to himself, honest, all impatient. What?
do we at least get to ask why?
Are you all companions of his? Are you together?
After a manner of speaking, yes.
We traveled on the same caravan.
Were you aware of the orc that he brought onto the caravan?
Aware of it, yes.
Sane's gonna be. Can Sane roll an insight? Like, trying to suss out, like, how bad is this right now? How's this guard looking? Is he like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, we have to hang your friend now? Like, or like, hey, go take care of your orc, they're calling for you.
Yeah, you can roll an insight. Does like what? We'll see what you roll, and I'll tell you what you can suss out.
Lucky number 7.
He's a cold, old, grizzled gate guard. He definitely means business. He's not here for a conversation. That's kind of the tone. We're dealing with this.
Might I also?
It's fine. You can all roll insights. I don't mind. If there's something specific you're trying to
Quick
suss
order.
out, I'd like you to let me know, though.
Same idea. Like, is Tom in trouble? Does he
Tom's in
seem
trouble.
like?
It's deadly serious. It's bad.
Is there a problem with the orc? Other than it's an orc.
Well, the orc's dead. And so's the person that Tom was supposed to pay to watch over it, apparently.
I see. And I just give
Knew it.
Tom a look like I knew this was coming, and I told you it was coming.
Well, Tom,
Look, they didn't have nothing to do with the orc. They tried to convince me to leave it be. But, I insisted, and I did pay that, or I told that woman I would pay her to watch the orc till we got to town. That they don't have... It's not their fault. Just looking at you,
Wow.
Sane, like, what the fuck are you gonna say?
yeah.
Like, it's just this look like, what?
Before you take him, he does have an item that we would like to have.
It's we were gonna see something to another owner. It's
Mhm. As a favor.
He's like, he did a little bit of a shuffle, just kind of shifted his weight to the other leg, letting you guys talk for a moment.
it won't be but a moment. Like he's like, come on, give me your Tom.
It might be something important to our investigation. Did
What's
it-
your investigation? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, do you live around 10 towns?
He gives you this look like, but you asked this man if he lives around 10 towns, right?
Yes. And then Sane's looking at Tom like, it'll make a lot more sense once you see it. You'll probably even recognize the item in question.
He looks around a bit. Let's
It's,
step inside the temple to have this conversation.
All right, as you wish.
And you hear more boots.
Sane gets this like sigh of relief, like, God, they don't kill people in temples. Wait, what kind of temple is this?
And you hear more sets of boots as guards start closing in from various alleys and escape routes.
Tom, yeah, let's be heading over. And he'll kind of lean in like, anything you want to be passing off to me before you go? We can circle back for you when things cool. How about
And,
that ring?
Basically, what this looks like is he's gesturing to the House of the Morning Lord to go back in,
Yeah.
and all these guards are surrounding all of you in a
Yep.
crescent.
We'll go back in.
Yeah,
He's giving
Sane,
Sane this close look like,
Do it.
hand
no.
up like, no, Sane's hand is up like, we're going. Like, we'll probably be leading Tom in. Hopefully at a pace to get him slightly far enough away to whisper at him. Like, jeez, fuck, man.
If you want to try and whisper something, you can try to roll stealth and whisper something. That is your choice.
He's gonna try. Like,
Do it, you sneaky sneak.
He's a sneaky snake. It's a 22.
Okay.
But they're also like they close this pretty efficiently.
Yeah. Just hold on.
Zada's main goal is not being alarming. Like a concerned friend, like, what the fuck you do, man? The content being, anything you want to pass off before you go? Like, let you give that ring back. You can take that Torg, deliver it if you be wanting.
So you say all that, trying to whisper it.
Yeah.
The guard kind of pipes up and gets an idea of your gesturing.
Yeah.
Let's just keep everything where it is for now. Once we get inside, we'll be stripping him anyways.
So he just gives this look like, shit, and we'll fall back a little bit, no sudden movements. And yeah, probably, no, he's not gonna hold the door. Fuck him.
Alright, let me grab one thing here. I lost my spot in my notes. 1 second here. Da-da-da.
God damn, look at this guard. He's so regal.
He been around.
Oh yeah.
He been around. So you all make your way back in. I'm just going to kind of pull you off the map for representation. We don't have a map of the House of the Morning Lord at the moment.
Goodbye. It vanishes. Be gone. You're not allowed here anymore. Out with the Yetis with you.
But for all intents and purposes, they kind of try and position you guys a little bit away from Tom. Like so. Filling the kind of small chamber that this place has.
Yes. They'd be quintuplets.
They don't all look the same.
I was really hoping they're just like this.
So Officer Jenny's? No. No,
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 it's
no.
just a set of quintuplets that are like, we're the law around this town.
That would be awesome. Maybe in another town. So you all kind of come in.
Yeah.
And the guard makes himself known. Oh, sorry. Mishan, we're going to be doing some business in your temple. We'll be back later. You can stay upstairs. Don't worry about it. And like you heard the bickering upstairs that had resumed, just like pause for a second, and then just become more muffled. It has not stopped.
You know,
If you
that's
really
fair.
want, you can roll perceptions to try and pick up on the details of that, though there's things going on.
Yeah, nah, it's not his attention. He didn't give a fuck about that right now.
It's clear that this guard's quite familiar with Mishan.
Your friend's being arrested. Shh, hold on. I'm trying to eavesdrop.
Just goes up the stairs, puts ear to door. Okay.
Ugh.
I'm gonna hear from this cat last. What did each of you know about this orc?
Only that it was probably trouble. We're on a caravan.
Yes.
We know we fought off plenty of orcs beforehand. Our big friend there has a problem with picking up strays, I'll give you that, and it's caused us a fair bit of trouble. Nothing catastrophic. At least, that I had thought. They were feeble, couldn't really seem to move, bundled in plenty of clothing. I still
They
think,
decided to bring them along against my advice not to. I was the one who spotted the orc first, told them it was nothing, and they decided to take a look anyways.
Where did you find this orc? What were they doing?
Out in the waste, they were in the snow, not very responsive. Couldn't speak common, only spoke orcish.
south of here on the trails, probably the better half of a couple weeks.
Hmm.
It was in the peaks.
It's like 3
There was
weeks.
fresh, yeah, a few weeks. Yeah, they were up in the peaks. We don't know what tribe they might have hailed from. They were collapsed.
I'm
Might have
just
been,
going to let them die there.
might have been dying.
Figured they would have died.
Wow, that was the idea.
Did any of you examine the orc? Check their gear, undress them, anything? Check for wounds?
Not
Oh
a
my
doctor
God.
myself. I figured Tom would be taking care of that. He's a bit of a cleric himself. More of a paladin, given his heart. Big
Why?
old Rygrin trying to make light of the situation, trying to relieve some of the tension.
Oh, yeah. Tom pipes up. I figured the lady would prefer to be undressed by another lady. One reason I got the old gal to watch her. Tender wounds, if she had any. I'm not going to try Tom's accent. I can't do Western today, sorry. He just like glares at him. The guard glares at Tom.
Did the orc kill the lady?
That is more than likely what happens, Sane. That's what orcs do. Kill people.
Did any of you notice anything else odd around the caravan the last 5 days?
Well, yes. There was a... How do you explain it? Snow tadpole with teeth?
Yeah. All the
Did
guards
Sa-
take a step forward a little bit towards Tom and towards you guys.
It bit our friend here, I'm fairly certain, and I tried to keep an eye out for it, to kill it. Unfortunately, caught a glimpse of it, but it got away before I could take aim.
It'd take a wicked chunk out of our friend here, but surely a tadpole like that couldn't have caused too much mischief, right?
So, while you guys
No.
are saying that, Valis, what do you do? You said you pull up
Valis
your leg.
pulls up. Yeah, he's pulling up his pant leg.
Yeah, bit the fuck out of me.
So as
Yeah,
you do
geez.
that, very quickly, these two guards on Valis' side kind of grab him and move him away from you guys. Not hurting you, Valis, but like basically pick you up.
Is something the matter?
He puts his hand up and walks over, kneels down. From what we know, that should be fine. We might want to have the wizard or the priest take a look. And they let
The
you
wizard.
go. They let Valis go. Like, do you have any idea what that thing was?
Not a clue.
Said it
I've
was
never
a
seen anything like it.
Have any of you ever heard of a slod?
history, if you'd allow it.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, could I roll history?
Yeah.
Is that some kind of frog?
19.
That makes a lot of sense, actually, Sophie. You'd be like, fuck.
Oh shit. Heard of them, never seen them.
Yeah. And Valis, I'd say have you roll an Arcana as well, just given the nature of these things. Okay, that makes more sense to me. So yeah, Sane, like,
Really dangerous frog?
and
That sick frog? What?
Sylphanus, you've been trained about these things. Not so much about little baby ones, but about the big ones. They're large, bipedal, giant toads with sharp teeth and razor-sharp claws of different colors. Beasts of chaos that reproduce through wounding other creatures and birthing their young out of them or infecting them and turning them into sloths themselves.
Oh no.
Aliens.
Oh
Good.
no. Sylvanas
worse.
suddenly looks way more worried than he did like 5 seconds ago.
And I'm going to get to Valis too. So Valis, you remembered some of your studies about these things. Chaotic, problematic creatures is basically the most of what you'd gotten on your studies. But as far as, they magically infect and spread like horrible plagues. Beings of chaotic magic. I think the plane that they usually come from is like Tarl or something like that, whatever it's called. But yeah, bad juju, infected can kill you. Infected can turn you into one. You need magical attention if you are afflicted.
Yes, beige.
He's now just staring at the wound like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Okay, sorry. Now, Zophanis, you were going to say or do something. You look grim, you said, basically. But
Are you sure that's what it is?
the orc's chest was burst open from the inside. Something with small teeth tore the old woman's throat out. We've seen this
see.
before. Slaughter a problem up north. They're always trying to infiltrate these cities.
Right.
What a frog. Ah, Tom. Ah, sweet Tom.
Tom's just looking down like, fuck.
Surely he couldn't have known. It was.
It doesn't matter. He should have left it where it was, and he didn't.
It's a common ploy by these Slod to wound someone and send them back near town. Leave a survivor where they know they'll be found.
And we just happened on it, didn't we?
No one's reported seeing this thing. Though when the family did discover the old lady, it wasn't until we got into town. Now, you said
Right.
it bit your friend here. How long ago was that? It was 2 days.
2 days.
Been more than a couple days. Well, as far as days go.
From what we know about them, if it was small, you're probably okay, but you should have that looked at.
Good thing we're in a temple.
Alice like looks up to the door. Help!
Razor, come help me! Here's 5 more silver.
I mean, yeah, once we're
Hey,
done talking to them.
5 and
probably.
5 and 5 and 5.
Yeah. He looks at Zilphanis, like right in the eyes. I assume you understand the severity of the crime of bringing a Slod into these cities, why we need to be so careful.
I do. Very.
Looks at Sane. Any reaction to his just dead serious gaze?
Sane's just got this plaintive look like, fuck, man.
Over to Valis. Valis, are you hypochondriacing, or what do we got here?
Just still staring at the wound. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Got it.
So what next?
What next is we're going to take your friend Tom here to a cell. And we're going to investigate what we can. We may be contacting all of you all again soon.
Of course.
You're to also keep word of this to yourselves. We don't
course.
need panic. People killing each other in the streets trying to find a Slod.
Right.
If we're lucky, it didn't get into town.
Indeed.
You're to have that tended to before you leave this place. All right, Tom. We can do this two ways. We can strip you here now, or we can strip you down when we get over to the guardhouse. Either way, we're gonna be taking those weapons now. He's just looking down. Looks up to you guys for guidance. Like,
Easy,
do I
big
do?
buddy. Yeah, easy, big buddy. Well, it sounds like they're gonna be asking you some questions. And answer what you can. Answer them. You can strip here. We'll bring stuff back to you as needed. Like,
All he gets from Z is like the coldest stare he's ever been on the receiving end of.
Sane gives him this look like, we'll come for you. Like, play it easy, play it cool. Like, you'll get through this, we'll get you.
we'll take inventory of the gear if you decide to do this here. You can leave some things with your friends here. If we see anything that might be pertinent to the investigation, we will be taking it with us.
Of
Understood.
course. We never argue that point.
No.
It was claimed by the family of the woman who was killed that Tom owed her gold. That was the deal.
Yes.
Aye. A fair bit more now that,
Does anyone know how much was agreed upon?
I don't quite remember.
They didn't.
it was,
Tom never gave a number, never said a number.
Sane's making something up. It was only a few gold pieces, but with the family's loss, now is not a time to be stingy. We can, we were planning on heading back to the markets anyways. We could bring it to him personally.
That won't be necessary. We'll be collecting any gold due here and now and closing that portion of the case.
Sane gives a respectful nod.
All right. Please do not resist or run. We will not hesitate to cut you down. And they gesture for Tom to start, hand over weapons, and then they will start kind of speeding up this process of taking his shit. After they... you guys can say what you want while this is happening, but essentially they're taking bit by bit. One of the guards is taking note of the inventory. They're just kind of piling it over on the side here. And they, strip him down to his clothes, pat him down around. They take his armor, his weapons, his shield, his backpack, jewelry, everything off. Now, is
So
there
you just
anything...
want-
Oh, go ahead, Sylvanas.
So Z just watches, arms folded, like completely emotionless about what's going on.
Anything else you guys say or do at this point?
Well, they would
Go ahead.
probably,
He like
no, he-
staring at this shit on the ground like, fuck, I want to get that shit.
I mean, partly that, and also, it's like, nah, they'll bring it up later.
Joe, you were going to maybe say something?
Taste of contemplation. That's what Sane has.
That Valis is just giving him the eyes of I can't remember the kid's name, but the little kid from Monsters Inc.
Oh,
Oh, boo.
Ooh.
Boo, kitty.
taking your buddy away.
Mm-hmm.
My Kimney, no.
Is there anything else we should know? Anything in this gear pile that could be dangerous besides the apparent weapons? Magic items? It's
That
better
ring.
you tell us now. The ring?
Yes.
He like gestures for the guard and she digs in
That
and
ring there
Like-
is mine, and I could tell you about it. It is a lovely little number. It makes an ethereal tether, grappling hook of sorts. I wouldn't suggest you shoot it at anyone, and you have to attune to it. It's not a harm unless you really mean harm and try really hard, but that's the same for anything, really.
It's yours. Why was he wearing it?
Well,
Oh
we
well.
run into...
Oh, he thought that I could use it better than he could. Given how strong I am, something about carrying folks up and down the zip line. I haven't tried it yet.
Good for moving things around, and well, can't carry much myself, unfortunately. Not like he can.
Fine.
It's but yes, it was my belonging.
He gives you a skeptical look and like slides it aside from the pile, like in another little pile. Like,
Sunny.
There is also the matter of that torque. That does not belong to any of us. And we were taking it to the person that it belongs to, as a favor to someone that was lost on the caravan.
He's gonna roll insight against you.
Okay.
Not that there's a lie in there, but
Yeah.
it's basically
Just
is he in a-
sussing out motives.
You know,
How's he feeling today?
Yeah, it's basically, has he had lunch yet? No, it's pretty early.
Yeah. Like,
It was really high. You are with the tree guide. One of my younger guards told me about you. I overheard a bit of it.
That is me, yes. And I can prove it if you like.
He shakes his head. No, I can imagine it based on the description I heard.
he
over
told
and
me all
over.
about it. Won't shut up.
Probably draw it, to be honest. I'll take your word on it. Don't cause
Thank
any
you.
trouble with this thing.
Of course.
And he tosses the torque to you, Zolphanus.
Catch it.
Ching! And you catch the bronze braided, not branded, what? Braided,
Damn, son.
braided torque.
Drop it.
Doodly-doo.
Is there anything else in this pile of earrings and jewelry and gold and gear that I should be aware of?
Not to my knowledge, at least.
Looks to the drow, who's baby eyeing his kitty friend.
I mean, if you want me to find magic items in it, I can cast a spell, but besides those two, I don't know of any others that are of import.
We'll be careful. We can probably do that a bit later ourselves. And he like gets the Quempers out of there and like shakes it, opens it. This is mighty full, Tom.
Waits
How much
to
would you
see if
say a
Tom's
life-
gonna say anything.
Tom's like, just kind of like, yeah. How much would all of you say the life of that woman was worth in gold?
20.
Ooh, hold on.
Son is like, how old was she?
Donnie gives you this. He can't. He didn't help himself. Like gives you this very.
So
clear
what happened
glance of-
on the what happened, Sane? What did you just roll?
Sane was trying to remain neutral, like really play up that whole sympathy, see if like we can get in the good graces. But he very clearly looks at Zilphi.
What
like,
did you roll, Sane?
What the fuck? A natural 1,
Which came to a 0.
which is a 0.
Your greed roll. is a
Yeah.
0. Okay. So I don't think I need to tell you how Sane feels right now.
It's on his face. He's not. He's not
What do you
subtle
say?
right now.
What do you say, Sane?
Any gold pieces were the goods of the wagon damaged, and are you trying to recoup that as well? You did mention she was pretty infirm. It was...
Truth of the matter is, Sana, you can't put a price on someone's life like that. Especially
Right.
since you're doing Tom a favor by watching an infected orc.
Sane is like... just shuts up.
Be hearing about that later.
Can I give you something that I suspect Sane might try to pull
Yeah.
with your natural one? Because I
Yeah.
kind of want to see you try this angle. You can choose not to. I'm not forcing you to.
Go ahead.
Actually, here, roll me just
What I
a
was
straight
thinking-
intelligence, real quick.
Oh,
Straight
sure.
intelligence.
Intelligence. One moment.
Trying to give you a little bone here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. 22.
Holy shit.
Nice.
It comes to your
What-
mind, Sane, that you guys were having Tom hold on to the gold because he was the biggest and strongest and least likely to be stolen from.
You know, I was gonna spin it like that. The fact that before we went off to the markets, we had pulled our gold together, and so not all of that coin is to give, unfortunately. And I fully recognize this is his wrongdoing, but we were gonna go off to the markets, give it back to the community anyways, and we'd be splitting it up. You're right, you can't put a price on this woman's life, but perhaps it could be a penance to all of us, but there's still some of that gold that was ours.
Roll me deception.
Yeah! It was ours a couple weeks ago.
Come on.
20.
Woo!
Alright. Let me check this guy's mod. This is close.
I didn't say when the gold was ours.
That's super fucking close.
Here's the thing. It's probably the eyes. Sade is like locking eyes with him, and he's like, still sounds sus as fuck, bud.
So you all were together as a party, then?
We were tasked with looking over similar caravans, yes. It was like we all looked out for one another. It's a dangerous land out there, and I just again like, god damn it, it's just a shame not all of us have the best sense there. Yes,
That may
it,
be the first honest thing you've said. That does match what the caravan described. You all were pretty tight during the journey.
not denying that. And our big friend there, he did wonders scaring off a lot of folks. As he can take a beating, and I felt a lot more secure having much of our wealth on him than, well, on me. Look at me. Playing that whole, like, really playing in that role, like, look at little old me. What could I do?
Yeah. He's not buying that at all. It's clear.
No.
But
No,
that's
but
this job.
is still the angle Sane's going.
So 20 gold for that woman's life. Does that sound like what you'd like to pay as a group?
Sane winces.
While
Tilfy?
you guys are doing that, Valis has a little side conversation with other guards, like, that map right there is mine. Could I get? And I technically I gambled it, but could I get that map at least? He doesn't need it. Is that fine by you, Joe? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay. And she's like, whatever, it's fucking map, and like gives you the map.
What did the guard ask?
20 gold.
20
gold.
20 gold.
Yes.
Sane's nodding in agreement.
He, take note. I'm leaving the rest of the coins with this Tom's companions to give back to the community. Looks at Sane. Like, you
Sonny's
little
just
shit.
Sonny's just got this disarming grin.
20 gold of which will be given to the family of the deceased woman to try and ease their pain, pay for burial damages, and so on.
Indeed.
And he takes the 20 out, hands it to a guard, ties the purse, and puts it next to the ring. Doesn't throw it to you guys yet.
Yeah, of course.
He knows what he's doing.
I know. Yeah. Sade has a lot of respect for this guy, for better and for worse.
Shit. This guy's a straight arrow cop. What do we
Yeah.
do?
Sade,
He's a stand-up
Damn.
community member. Oh, no.
my weakness.
Is there anything else we should know before we take Tom in? I want all of you to speak up first. Don't worry, anything you say, Tom will not be able to retaliate. This is safe. These two guards are just hands on swords right behind Tom right now. This is your time to speak up.
He did, for all of his misguided whims and his heart, he did a lot of good out there. If it wasn't for Tom, we would have lost an entire cart of salt. Can't say how many people here would have suffered without, well, his brawn, his strength. I can't say I'm familiar with the laws around 10 towns, and judging by all of your grim expressions, even Zilphie's,
More grim than
seems-
usual.
it seems this is grim indeed. But I don't know. Do right by Tom, whatever that means. He means well.
You're all in Bryn Shander. We're more civilized here than some of the other towns in 10 towns. He little bossy.
Yeah. Sonic is
Rightfully
giving them
so.
this really just kind of bowing in deference to this
We've
guy.
taken testimonies of other caravan folk into account. One of the reasons why we're taking Tom in for questioning rather than hanging him off the bat. Or
Looks at Tom, gives this little
some of the caravaneers, once they found out that your friend here brought a slot onto the caravan, suggested that we shave him and send him out into the wastes.
That would be a punishment appropriate, wouldn't it?
Some think so, and it's not necessarily off the table. But we will give him a trial. Anything else?
He just shakes his head.
Is there anything else you'd like us to hang on for you in the meantime?
Well, you got just about everything. Though I should probably tell you, I am kind of cursed. Just thought I should warn you. I came to the temple here and they're looking into it for me, but they suggested I should find a wizard or something with a bit more magical prowess. And the guards take a step back. Fuck. And big guard man gives you all glares. Were you all aware of this? What is the nature of this curse?
He's
This is
he's really cold all the time. Out in the tundra, I didn't take it too seriously. So I was trying to kind of play this down a little bit.
I'm probably going to have you roll another deception. We'll see what other
Yeah!
people say. Let's see what other people say here. Anyone else pipe up?
Oh, no!
Did we know specifically? She told us specifically that it was a. Well, no, we know that it's a curse of Levistus.
It's a fucking curse of Lepistus.
All right, yeah, okay.
It was talked
It-
about openly last
it is.
session.
Yeah, okay. I'm just
Very,
making her-
very
Um,
Oh,
apparent.
fuck.
It seems to be a curse of Levistus. unfortunately. We were out in the tundra again, and he chose to help a man that we found entombed in ice.
Anyone else pipe up before I do the thing?
Getting a feel for the room.
Okay. So he stomps over to Tom and pulls out his sword extremely fast and baps him on the back of the head with the guard and pommel of his sword, knocking Tom unconscious. Bapped him. He rolled for a how cool am I with this curse and got a 1.
Oh, no.
But this guard is not antisocial
really?
per se.
Was
so-
it really that bad?
You familiar with Levistus, son?
I heard a little bit about. It's that bad, isn't it? It's like, I'm just gonna dodge that question.
Go get the wizard. And one of the guards nods and just runs out. You can all either stay or go.
I think we want to meet this wizard too, so I think we'll stick around.
Hi, my friend over there was bit. I'm gonna go fetch the priest if you'll allow it. I can also wait. We're
It's either one, priest
Roll.
or wizard.
Let's see. So from the angle that I'm imagining Zilphanos, you probably wouldn't notice this. Let me actually do a roll. I have an idea of this place in my head. Zilphanos, you pick up like a little door creak a little while ago from upstairs, but nothing seen.
what the hell? What was that
Valis,
thump?
you're actually at the angle that if you wanted to look up the stairs when they mentioned the priest, you could.
Yeah.
You can roll a perception if you'd like.
Alright, do me proud, Sane. 16.
Nice!
Actually, that's
Valis. What's
spicy.
Valis roll?
Yeah.
That was the real roll. Ooh,
Nice. Even
Yeah.
better.
18 perception for Valis. So you have Valis, you like glance up the stairs behind you, and you see this little eye peeking out, just like close the door and shuffle back inside. Obviously, the murmuring had stopped arguing. The argument upstairs had quieted to nothing, and that priest was totally like on their knees watching, trying to peek down and see what the hell is going on in their temple.
that's pretty funny.
And at mention of we should go get the priest, and with Valis making eye contact with her, that door just went close.
Shit.
Didn't want to bother her if we could help it, but go ahead. Just
I-
don't cause any trouble.
Of course not.
And
Sane will jolly vaunt off.
so yeah, Sonny, you kind of go over here, past Valis to go up the stairs, creaky wood stairs.
Yep.
And there's a little like, it's taken care of door. It's a decently nice wooden door.
Nice.
What, dude?
Rap, rap, rap.
Murmuring inside. Sounds like there's a male voice, little high-pitched male voice, and there's the obvious sound of Mishan. Maybe a little bit of scuffling by the sounds
Yeah.
of it, like feet like in, and then over to the door.
Good priestess, are you in there?
Opens, and I'm assuming you were like, the door opens, you're probably looking like where you expected the priest to be.
Yeah.
There's no one there up at eye level, but you can notice
Even-
down below
Even for Sane?
a little rock gnome.
Oh wow!
A little rock gnome standing there. What do you want?
We were hoping to inquire about Well, some priestly magics.
I told you! And he like closes the door. They go- Big sigh, stomp having footsteps, and Mashan, the human priest, opens the door. You need my services again so soon? I told you I was researching the curse.
One of my friends was bit by what is known as that's one of my friends was bit by something dirty. We want to make sure it's not infected. They the people downstairs can explain it better. They said that we should have him looked at before we leave. It seems pretty serious. That's why I'm asking for you and not your friend back there, I suppose.
Let me pull this up. There we go. Sorry, something got deleted on accident. I'm bringing it back. I will take a look. Thank you for your contributions earlier. I'll come down and just give me a moment to get some supplies from my room.
Take your time. It'll give us a chance to get our next donation to this lovely church together as well.
Good. Good.
It's Sunday. I guys just look like, yeah, no. Scurry back down the stairs.
And she comes down after Sane, like gives you guys kind of a dirty look, like she's trying to be polite, but like, why are you bringing this shit in my little church?
Yeah,
And then
we get it.
Goes to the back, goes into her some other door back there, and comes back out with like a kind of a deerskin bag full of crap.
Alright.
This guard here has her sword kind of over the back of Tom's neck as he's face down on the ground, just so you guys know. And the priest comes over. Show me where it bit you.
Ow. Looks
He
at the
props
guards.
his leg up.
What specifically should the lovely priestess here be looking for in this bite? Like, it's gonna be from your mouths, not mine. Now that we're here, just have our bases covered.
It looks like it was healed magically, which is gonna be some new flesh there, but it's not infected or anything with no gangrene or frostbite. You said it was something dirty. The guard just like, and he comes over and tells her in her ear.
Yeah.
And she just kind of like, she falls back.
Oh, sorry. Gets her bone saw.
Falls back. Stay still. And she starts going into a prayer. Kind of doing some kind of motions around, not touching you, Valis, at this point, but goes into a prayer. Some motions. Lots of mention of the sun. Please bring this morning light onto this one. Cleanse them of any blah, 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 blah. And when she says Amador really loudly, like looking upstairs. Maybe to the sky. Actually, somebody roll me an insight if they care. You don't have to care.
No.
But she said, Amanator's light.
22.
Okay. Yeah, she was talking to whoever's upstairs. That's for damn sure. There's no question. And there is this like bright, warm light that resonates from her hand over your ankle and such, Valis. And she's like sweat, like sweat coming down. And she breathes easy. You're not infected. And she just slaps your ankle. You need to be careful.
Was there a butt to the end of that?
Nope.
Okay.
She probably
think the-
thought some butts, but
I think the butt was her slapping his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it's
fuck you for bringing this shit in my church.
be careful. That's what she said. And it's definitely like, come on.
God damn it.
Mhm.
I'll put a hand out to help Valis up.
Is there anything else you need from me? We sent for the wizard. Do you mind if we keep using your home? Go right ahead. And she just goes upstairs. I have business upstairs.
Can I slip her a
Yeah,
gold
yeah.
coin first?
Yeah, Valis was gonna give her 2 gold.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to be so rude. Sure, of course. And comes down, takes whatever you guys were offering happily.
I give her and gold.
And
Yeah,
gold?
Sane.
2
2 M golds.
2 M golds.
Got you, Sansuke.
Sane just he'll nod at Valis like, yeah, that was my gold piece.
Okay. He's just
Probably-
like,
Yeah, probably playing off like
mm.
so good it is to be giving back to such a beautiful, like, you know.
Yep.
Be sure to do it again. And
So, as she looks down at Tom, like, is he infected? We'll find out soon. From what everybody says, I didn't see anything beyond the cold chill of that Yeti. Okay. And she scurries upstairs real quick. Getting the hell out of this bullshit. Now let me roll something. The guards are just kind of like uncomfortable, shifting left. It's kind of that awkward, like, yep, we're still doing this. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get the wizard or if she's even in town. But if she is, I hope it'll be quick.
the wizard and Sane and like believe Val. Oh,
What is her
Like-
name?
hoping somebody's gonna finish the sentence.
One sec here to get them. I gotta go off screen so I can actually see over on my camera. Hold on.
Oh, I see.
Just one more moment here. Come on. Cool. Alright, you said what's her name?
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Velini.
Said she's a wizard. What kind?
I'm not too familiar with the arcade myself. She's a human, from what I can tell. Older woman. Wears an eye patch, silver hair. Can tell she can take care of herself. Interestingly, has some friends she keeps around with her all the time.
Who are the friends?
Ugh. Oops, that's not what I meant to paste. Damn you, clipboard. I was trying to roll
lady.
for his cheekiness. Oh, it would have been a more fun surprise, but she keeps half a dozen kobold around her at all times.
Oh,
It's quite odd.
you said they're friends. They're friends, not servants?
I didn't ask.
Uh,
They're under her charge, though. Basically what we told them.
Kobolds.
no. Suppose the question becomes, do we want to see if they can find her, or do we want to take a look at the market first and ask to receive word if they do find her?
I'm not holding you here. Just this one.
Sorry, that was directed at, like...
Oh,
Ryan,
the part players.
Yeah.
Players.
Yes, Sade. Oh, forgive me, officer. I wasn't talking to you. Not in too much of a rush. We were looking for a wizard anyways.
We were. Though that was for Tom's ailment.
And your heirloom.
That is true.
Come now, Zilphy. Surely there's not much at that market worth the value of that. We can wait a bit.
Alright. So we wait.
Sits awkwardly.
Mm-hmm. Just kicking stone or wood boards, wood planking, basically.
I mean, we can try and talk while we are waiting. I have questions.
It's gonna let you know. It's gonna be 2 hours before the
Yeah.
wizard shows up. I rolled for that.
In the meantime, can I see to divvying up our coin? It's in a separate pile? Oh. We're going to be here a bit, it would seem.
Gives you this
Um.
this look like, mm-hmm. Are you like inching towards it or standing back or what are you doing?
Sane is standing back and looking for outward disapproval or somebody to stop him.
Sounds like an insight check.
He's really not good at these.
Oh no.
3. Remember to read your dice rolls.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was
I'll do it
laughing.
for Valis. It's fine. Even if somebody was being outwardly saying no, don't do that, you don't notice that.
So he's probably shifting that way as he's talking.
Mm-hmm.
I did see the statue outside the gates.
Gonna reach for the coin pouch.
Yeah.
What exactly is that about?
Oh. Well, let me scroll to it. One sec.
You want me to post it?
No, I got it. I just gotta get to it.
Well, in the year of no.
Give me a moment. I was in a different section of my notes here. I'll be skipping around my notes a bit.
No worries. I know I'm asking questions about
Grabs the coin pouch.
Yep. He just is eyeballing you while you do it with this kind of like smug look.
Yeah. Sane's obviously squirming. Puts the ring on.
What the heck? Where is it?
We'll open the coin pouch, take a quick look.
There it is. Whew. Oh. Of course, yes. Our monument to Tiago Beunri. You haven't heard of him? Of course, you're all new to Bryn Shander, aren't you?
Somewhat, yes.
He had such a fine statue made about him. He must have been someone of quite importance.
Was a drow warrior, Tiago Beunri, saved Bryn Shander by slaying a Baelor named Ertu right outside the southern gates of Bryn Shander.
Baylor.
From what I've told, it's one of the most powerful demons there are. Valis just tears a book out like, oh shit, starts writing all this down. I think it was 18 or 14. The date doesn't matter. My dates are
Yeah.
whatever. But yes, him
Ill
and some
reckoning.
of his warriors, but really it was him, from what I've been told, slew that great Baylor outside of the city, as the Baylor was killing, destroying Bryn Shander, bit by bit with his group of large demons. Interestingly, where we built that statue where the Baylor fell, and no matter how hard it snows, no snow ever lands there, nor does any vegetation grow. Just blackened by the evil of that demon slain.
The very name. Filthy creatures demons are. Well, Alice. Looks like you chose the right place to come to. Your folks seem to be a bit of heroes around here. I know you'll do good for these towns as well.
I can only hope to live up to their greatness.
Well, the
I certainly hope another demon doesn't attack Bryn Shander, but
That would be a tragedy indeed.
if it does and you slay it, maybe we'll build you a statue as well. Just kind of chuckles.
Well,
then let us hope for just the one statue.
there is another matter at hand that I would be interested to know a little more about, if you know anything. And we're an inside, so that gesture wouldn't work. Dang it. Seems the sky has gone dark.
Indeed.
Is there any information about that? Did it just happen? How
He's-
long ago did it start?
He's just like scratching his neck, trying to think. I can't remember exactly what date this started on. I remember there was an odd dark spell. The winter just kind of seemed to linger. One year. It must have been 3 years ago at least. And the sun hasn't risen back since. There are some who say it's Auril. There are some who say it's just the world changing.
Well, I can assure you it's not the world changing. The sun still rises outside of here.
So we've been told.
What do you think is going on with it?
Well, I'm not sure who to believe. We have certain priests, certain folk coming through trying to convince us of one thing or the other. There are those researching the problem.
Who
No
might
one's-
those be?
This wizard, for one, Valini. Some of the locals call themselves adventurers.
Any in particular that stand out to you as making headway?
He looks just kind of solemn.
Well,
Nothing more convincing than anything else. We had some druids come through the town, or maybe they were priests, about a year ago, claiming Auril was punishing the North, that we need to pay penance in order for this to change. A lot of folk has latched onto that as the sun still hasn't risen.
What do you think could have been done to ignite Auril's wrath?
He's kind of
Since this
shaking his
seems rather
head.
sudden.
I don't know. As far as I know, everything's carried on as we've carried on.
That's all you can do.
Sorry, I can't be of better help. I seldom leave
That's
these
all right.
walls.
I'm just gathering information because I'm here to help as well. Do you happen to know if any more of my organization are here, or in 10 towns in general?
He's thinking. Tree guides. Not saying that they haven't come through the gate. I primarily watch the southern one. I know
Right.
years back we've had a few escorts. But in the last 5 years, I can't say I've personally had a conversation with one.
All right.
You might
Thank-
have luck asking around, but and there's other towns.
Of course.
From what my green soldier tells me, you guys don't always have to stick to the roads.
No, we do not. While we're waiting, I will take out the cardinal carving and work on that.
Nice.
Cool. Roll me a sleight of hand. Ow.
So, God, how much gold is left in this bag?
That's a good question. Let me tell you. Let me done get it here. Do-do-do.
Yeah, 5.
You make very little progress on the actual carving itself, as
Just thinking.
you expect, I assume.
Mhm.
Is there anything in particular you're trying to... Are you trying to look inside if you're... Like, what are you doing with your brain while you're trying to kind of zone in on this thing? Introspection? Remembering the recent events? Thinking
Yeah.
about the future? What are you doing?
Just kind of thinking through what the guard said and kind of matching it up with what I already know. Trying to think of more places to look, people to talk to figure out more about this. Obviously, the wizard's one of them.
Roll me,
Just kind of sorting through that.
roll me an intelligence.
21.
Whew.
Wow. 19 on the die.
So though you make almost no progress on your little carving, you're probably like just barely moving your knife, and just focusing really hard on thinking.
What is life?
Almost like even a trance for maybe an hour or so as you're trying to put all these pieces together. There's definitely a connection between the clues that you've gotten. The whole that blizzard was unnatural. It seemed to be a barrier of sorts to keep folks in or out of the region. And the fact that there was darkness ever after means that you've basically crossed into the region that's being affected by Arl directly, from what you've been told. It's
Huh.
not a factual thing, but it seems to point that way.
Right.
The kind of somber mood that this wall guard has, and it tells you there's not a whole lot of hope about fixing it. It's more maybe folks are just kind of like, we don't know, let's just try and get through today, one day after the other sort of thing. And you remember the great white bird that was flying during the Aurora Borealis.
Yes.
Could have something to do with it.
Do you know anything of a great white bird that rides on those glorious lights in the sky?
Let's see if he does. I'm going to put that in chat and I'll revisit in a second.
Holy
like
shit.
Is that left over?
Yeah.
That's what I fucking thought. Fucking
Oh.
fatty.
I think I might have glimpsed it myself a few times. From what rumors say, great white bird flies across the sky every night. Just after what would be midnight. And yeah, Sane, in that coin purse, which was very heavy,
Yeah.
there's 21 gold, 42 silver, 15 copper left after the 20 was taken.
Okay, so it's 21 gold.
Okay.
No, it's what I put, 41 gold.
Oh, okay, I
it's-
just misheard you.
Yeah,
I just
Okay.
misheard
after
you. Okay.
the 20 gold was taken.
Got it.
Yeah. So, Sane's gonna be going around divvying this up.
Mhm.
Hold on. Does Matt?
Does the white bird mean anything to Oral? Does that have any connection to her?
I don't know, but the priest said that that was her or something under her control. Some people swear they've seen someone riding the thing, but imaginations can get quite interesting up here.
Indeed. I understand.
Too many days without sun or too many days without night plays tricks on the mind if you're not careful.
Right. Thank you for entertaining all of my questions. That helps a great deal.
I'm sure I don't need to say to you, but if you hear anything about this young Slod, bring it
Yes,
to the guards immediately.
of course.
Don't take it into your own hands.
I'm a guide, not a city guard.
Anything else you guys wanted to chat about or do as these 2 hours pass?
Yeah, does anybody else have questions? Because I asked pretty much. I have more, but they're more for just party, and I don't know that guards
Let's
need to
save
be
those.
here.
Let's
Yeah.
save those ones.
Freak out. This is what Sane's gonna hand out to people.
So you each get 12 gold, 14 silver, and 5 copper from Sane. We'll take a break very soon here. But just before we do, one of the guards that ran out to find the wizard comes back into the temple and holds the door open as a grizzled woman does come through into the temple. She, again, older human, kind of maybe cheek length white hair, curly, and on her shoulder is a white owl. Flanking her on either side are a couple kobolds, some of them dressed in thick clothing, others not. And they step into the church like they mean business, and they ain't got time for shit.
Okay.
And I think we'll take a break right now.
Good idea. She's
Bye-bye.
beautiful. I love her.
Cool. All right, let me turn on the break overlay. And take as long as y'all need. I say, aim for the hour mark-ish. That sounds good to you.
Yep. BRB.
Maybe.
Hello.
Welcome back. I think I got some good information out of that guard.
Mhm. At some point, Valis is going to ask about the tree guides.
Good. You should.
Hmm.
A lot of things with that, man. And C has been one for 45, 50 years now. So. Not that he remembers most of it.
Feck.
But he remembers enough because he remembers getting his tattoo, which means he remembers all of his training. So that's what matters.
There's Ty. You just sent me a
Is that
friend
who
request.
messaged to me? Ah, yes.
You sent me a friend
Accept.
request. Accept.
For a second, his tag underneath his name, the "We Can Love and Be Loved," I, for a second, thought that was a message he sent, and I was like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I realized my name probably shows up with the in a perpetual state of panic all the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it do be like that sometimes, though.
It do be, and I just thought it was funny. So,
It do be do.
but yes, feel free to ask about the guides. We will talk about them.
Probably more likely to be next week.
Yeah,
That way I
that's
can
fine.
more easily communicate.
Or in the in-character chat too.
Mm-hmm.
Although you may get information a little bit about it tonight, depending on what this thing that Helg wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Although, because if Z
So,
gets drunk, I'm gonna roll to see if he's a talkie drunk or
mhm.
not. Because he very well could be.
You could also be a sleepy drunk. That's what I am.
I don't know what I am because I don't drink. So
Yeah.
he may also be a sad drunk. I am
Mm.
kind of hoping he sees his bow while he is drunk.
And just starts bawling.
Yeah. You guys are like, okay, what the fuck? He might go through many, 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 many emotions that you have not seen out of him yet. And then he'll be embarrassed about it tomorrow. The next morning, Zilphanis is just gone because he couldn't take the embarrassment of remembering what El he said. Just poof, gone to the wind. Nah, Z wouldn't abandon you guys like that. Although, if we're going to talk about the tree guides, then we also need to have a conversation about them devil worshipping political people. Okay, wait, clarification. Demon or devil worshipping?
Devil.
Okay.
I think it was like 2 sessions ago we
Yes, I
determined
know the
that it
difference.
was that the devil was from the second layer of hell.
Yeah. But I am asking for clarification because I know the difference and I have it written on your little two for sheet that I've got here. But I had it written down demon slash devil, and so I was like, I better ask about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tis be devil.
Two.
I don't think we specifically determined what devil it was yet, though.
No.
Like me and Gats wise, I don't think we've talked about it.
Okay, we got time. Gat said on the hour. It has passed the hour. How dare they?
Every time I swallow it, it feels like I'm swallowing razor blades.
I'm sorry.
Sucks.
I'll stop making you talk. But I think this has been working okay so far. Do you think it's been working okay so far?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. How are you feeling? Can we keep playing?
Yeah, I think I'm good to keep going. I'm like slightly tired, but I can keep going.
Okay. Brain go burr.
Brain go burr.
Cool. Cool. Alice should be back shortly. We're all hankering for the microwave at once, so.
This conversation with the wizard should prove interesting.
I know I gotta wake up. Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Okay.
I only remember one
And
song.
copyright claimed.
Yeah. Boom. Let's see.
Oh. Cats.
Hmm.
So, MCDM, Matt Colville's like little
Yeah.
thing.
It's
So
during
they
thing.
are doing they put out a new playtest class,
Mhm.
and it's their version of a psionic. It's called the Talent.
Ruh-roh.
I tried reading it and my brain went burr so hard I didn't understand what I was looking at. It was so weird.
I'm very curious.
Like-
Very curious. Maybe that's what we'll do to Pour Two Hands. We'll all play those next.
No. Well, so the big thing with it is like you can essentially concentrate on on multiple of the psionic abilities. You just each time that you like cast one, you have to roll for like a mental strain. And the more that you're already concentrating on, the higher the DC is.
Sounds very complicated.
Yeah.
You have to say no every time you do it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get the concept, at least. You know, like what's your RAM, what's your working memory,
Yeah.
your processor. You're just like turning your head into a computer and seeing how much you can do at once. I get that, but see how it goes.
Yeah, reading it just seemed like a lot.
Okay. Everybody back?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh, you-
forgot the water! But yes, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. You know I'm first. Don't think that's the right context.
Alu thirst.
I was gonna say.
Wait,
We all are in some way.
wait. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
I'll play Thirsty Sane. Let's go.
Mm.
Well
You'll
said.
have to play shirtless in Icewind Dale from now on.
Oh no.
You know what?
Anyways,
Every person that encounters Sonic, like, why do you have an unbuttoned waistcoat? Like,
so you
You're in
guys
the-
are all crowded into this house turned into temple,
Mhm.
House of the Morning Lord. There are, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guards. Your party of 4, and now this white-haired lady and 2 kobolds came in with her, and an owl. All in this kind of main room. And she walks in, kind of pursed lips, tired, unamused gaze. Just takes the room in for a moment and looks down. This the one? Yes, Fellini, if you could. She comes over and kind of just walks around him in a circle. Takes her pack off and fumbles around in it. I'm assuming you guys are just kind of watching at this point. Does that sound right? Okay. And everybody, gives her space. She kind of shoos the guard off who has the sword of neck, like, whatever, get out of here. We don't need that right now.
yeah.
And the 2 kobolds are like kind of walking behind her, not quite mimicking her, but you could see that they might be mimicking her, just in a little train. Your guard told me that this one's cursed by Levistus for helping someone on the road.
Yes, that is correct.
And who are you?
I'm Zephonis, and I'll put out my hand for a handshake.
She waves you. She's like, just waves you, just put your hand down.
Does she remind me of anybody, by chance?
I mean, you could try and roll history.
Well,
But I know
no.
from my
Just roll history.
behind years. 7.
I mean, I won't say that she's like, it's not like a deja vu or, oh, I know this person, but there's definitely like a similarity of like this kind of it brings up feelings and memories, but it's not of this person. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
Of
you're getting.
somebody else.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you remind me of someone, but not of you.
That's what I was
Damn.
asking. It reminded me of someone that I knew.
Yep.
You know
But
who I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it's not this person. Obviously, they haven't turned into this. That would be badass. Anyways, so she kind of shoos your hand down and like
Just give it
almost
kind of-
doesn't even look at Sane. Passes over to Valis and like scrutinizes him. My name is Velini Harple.
Purple?
Yes.
Got it.
Everyone. Oh. Shit.
Shit.
Good luck. Leaves now.
Boom.
Right?
Well, some powerful magic to remove this curse, from what I know about it. Yes, it is something I can do, though I'm not sure I want to. What are we doing with him?
I just kind of look at the head guard like,
He's going to be put in a cell and tried for crimes. Crimes.
specified.
Grimes.
Well, as long as none of you help him beyond what has already happened, it might be in your best interest just to let it be. Now, if you want me to, I can remove this while protecting myself, but it will come at a cost.
No.
Fuck, it's fun.
Holy fuck.
No. She kind of gives you a little grin, like, "Heh." Does anyone else here want me to remove the curse badly enough to pay for the costs?
Well, if there are magical services being offered at a cost, do you happen to know of any spells of mending?
Because you just look like, why are you bringing this up? That's the face you get, just like, mending has no use here. This
not
is a
for him.
curse. This is
Not
a curse.
for him.
Exactly. Yes.
No, he got himself into that curse.
And we're not getting him out.
It's,
Well, she just shrugs. I think it's safe enough to handle him. Just don't be too kind to him. Don't free him. Don't do anything like that. And if you are going to try and cure this curse or do something that's very helpful, make sure you have enough wards before you do that so the curse doesn't spread to you.
Good to know. Might you have the time to speak about something else?
I'm very busy.
I
I already
understand.
charged these guards for having me come here to help in the first place. Now, I could spare a moment, but I will let you know it will cost you.
All right, and it has to do with Oral and what's happening with the sky. I've been told you're researching that. Is this true?
Yes?
I am here on behalf of the Fallen Tree Guides to investigate what is happening up here. And I'm hoping to find out more information about it.
The escorts. Babysitters, oh, yes.
Yes, I suppose you could call us that.
And she's giving you a very scrutinizing look with her one squinted eye.
Do you need proof?
No, you just don't look like most of the guides that I've interacted with or heard of. Usually they're more experienced.
he's like, ooh.
Let's just
This
say
is like, oh shit.
a mistake was made, and the penance was to be sent here. So here I am.
I see. I see. Look, before I engage with you, is there anything else you all need of me here? The
How
guards are
much?
just kind of like,
For a spell of mending? For a shattered longbow?
Sunny, we can ask about that later.
I don't have that spell prepared. It would be an extra cost for me to research it and add it to my book. Get the supplies for it. It's not impossible, though I must say I'm not very motivated to do that. I have bigger things to do, and the cost probably not worth either of our time.
Understandable. Please, don't worry about it. My friend's intentions are well placed.
Besides, he looked like he should be the one who would be able to figure something like that out anyways. Pointing over at Valis. It seems like something in his level.
Sonny is just in the back like, God damn, this lady got sass. I like this one.
Well, I'll be going. If you have any questions, you can follow me, but try to keep up.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
If you follow me for too long, I will charge you.
Understandable.
And she just like turns around and walks out of the house of the Moaning Lord.
And I'll turn to the others. Should we follow him?
Sonny's already going. All right. We'll do one quick glance at Tom, like, well, I'm sorry, Tom. Hopefully you'll be understanding the stat. We'll scurry out.
Yep. I follow too.
That one was not on me.
Valis starts walking out and just gives Tom like a long, like, I'm fucking sorry, man, look, and then walks out.
Nice. So, again, I'm kind of using this map at a weird scale, but you guys walk out, and there's another 4 kobolds waiting outside. I'm just going to take all of you. Whoop. One moment.
Goodbye, Tom.
Take all of yous and put yous on another world.
Be gone.
Begone, fiend! Whoop. Whoop. And yes, Valini steps outside and starts walking in a very brisk pace. Her snowy owl takes off of her shoulder and starts kind of flying up above where she's walking. I can't have you follow me around into places while I'm doing my work, but what is it that you needed to know while we're walking now? Quickly.
Have you seen the great white bird?
Of course
Every
I have.
night.
Plenty of people have
Does
seen
it
the
have-
white bird.
Does it have any kind of meaning?
I suspect it's probably oral, though I would not say so definitely. I've not tested it. I've not, talked to it. But everything that it clues point me to, it's most likely either oral or something of her doing.
And what clues point to that?
Every time that bird flies across the sky, there's a great magical eminence that goes across the lands up here, and it seems almost as if the sun is shoved down. Quite unusual. She looks
Does
over
anyone-
at Valis, gives him this look like, are you taking notes?
I mean, Z definitely is.
Lovely.
What else do you need to know?
Has anyone followed it? See if it
Fun.
lands.
Plenty have tried. None have succeeded as far as I can tell. Those things fly very quickly.
Indeed.
Almost as fast as a dragon. She's just walking south. Sounds like you guys are following her south
Yep.
through the city streets. Paying no mind to anyone. Basically just walking as if people need to get out of her way.
They probably could.
If you don't mind me
Kobolds
asking.
moving people aside.
Move along, sir.
Move aside, the princess is coming through. If you don't mind me asking, what exactly are you doing to investigate this?
I do mind you asking that. I don't know you,
You don't? That is true.
and I shan't tip off those I'm investigating with giving out many details. Now, I do have important business to take care of. I will be around these towns.
Before you go, are there any favors that we could do for you?
So I like, oh shit.
She does pause her step like she was fast walking, and she pauses, turns around, chin in hand, giving you guys a hard look. Some of the kobolds are trying to do the same thing, like giving you like the
Yeah.
trying to give the look too, like yeah. Owl's even circling above your party, like looking all around you.
Nice.
To be honest, if I asked you for help as you are, you would all be killed.
Fair enough.
We'll be in touch then.
Will we?
I hope. Any way we can.
Well, not as we are, but
Yes.
many things are subject to change.
Indeed.
Who knows what the future will hold?
I suspect the diviners. Well, if I think of something, How would I find all of you?
Well, I think we can be found at the Northlook Inn tonight, and likely for the next couple of nights. And we'll be in Bryn Shander, I think, for a time.
Got it. I'm not going to tell any of you where I'm going, but
No
I
need.
expect you to.
are you going to stick together?
Yes.
It's easier to find a group of folks than just one, especially given. What is your name, Dark One?
Valis Delith.
I'll remember your name. You're probably the easiest one to find in these towns.
Ah,
I might even have some questions for you if I look you out. I apologize, but unless you're going to make it worth my while, I really don't have time to answer any more questions. I gave you this for free, and I've stopped
Yes.
and paused. Very busy, lots to do, very little time.
Yes, and thank you for a moment of your time. And I'll give her kind of like a slight bow a little bit before kind of backing off.
I'll give a big old bow. Thank you, indeed. You can always put in word at Northlook. We plan to frequent there every now and again, and well, we shouldn't be too hard to track down. As you said, some of us are quite distinct. Alright, Sane's just gonna kind of gesture to the group like, let's be going.
No, follow after.
Anything
Valis
particular
will-
from Valis? A little bow? Okay.
And gives a little bow,
Steady up
and then
to Valis. Steady up.
what'd she say?
Steady up.
Get
Mm.
good,
Be
little
good.
wizard.
Go do your homework, little
Good
wizard.
scrub.
Oh, look at the little fella. He's so cute.
Oh, and don't get in my way.
No
But it was
promises.
nice talking to you.
I'll just get a backward wave.
Yep. And somehow that group just vanishes into the snowy streets as they turn a few corners,
Good for them.
briskly walking. Little kobold footprints being blown away from the morning wind on the snowy streets.
What a curious bunch.
Indeed. That was quite enlightening.
I'm just glad you seem to treat her a fair bit better than the last person we met. What was with you and Velvine? Both of you.
I will not say anything at first. It seems as if I'm waiting for Valis to answer first.
Sana kind of slows down, like. Well,
She just didn't seem the likable sort. Very mischievous.
I don't
I-
exactly have time for dramatics like that.
Exactly.
come now. You wouldn't keep me so close if that were the case. Mischievous sort? That's why you didn't like her, Valis? What am I?
Not
Yes,
that.
but not to the degree of her.
Okay. And, well, you were on a different wagon, but, Alice, I assume you noticed that she carried with her multiple potions that seemed to mend her wounds? Fair bit more in that bag of her. She seems to be a lady of no small means. Seems illogical. Even downright a bad decision to be openly hostile or even cold to someone such as that. And to what gain? Why?
Are you posing that to Valis or both of us?
Oh, it's not like hands on hips. He's looking at both of you.
Valis is gonna lean over to Zophanos. Sounds like he might be pussy whipped.
I assure you, if that were the case, he would have slept with her.
Oh, he didn't?
Just shake my head. Trying to say this quietly enough that you can't hear, but you can hear probably.
I'm right next to you. Literally right next to
I
Sunny is
did.
right next to you. Like hands still on hips.
That is a good question. Why didn't you sleep with her?
Ugh.
She was such the
You
likable
could have
sort.
asked me to leave.
Well, she was a lovely lady, and get me wrong, I thought about it. That was a clever way to turn the conversation to me, I must admit. But here's the thing. She could have been an ally. A mischievous one, yes. But no less mischievous than Tom. And Tom still did a lot for us. If we're to be making allies and friends in this town, any type of connections that are going to be strong enough to keep us alive, we would do well to keep people neutral to happy at our passing. There's no reason to be making enemies where enemies aren't needed.
I didn't make her my enemy. I merely scolded her for littering and told her not to call me Zilphy.
That's perfectly fair. And Valis, you're the caravan right behind us. Why didn't you light the fire the first time? Or the second time? Or the third time? Or the fourth time? Or the fifth time she called it? How many was that?
I was
Come on, I know
simply-
you. You do better than that.
I was fading in and out of sleep. I was almost asleep.
So it just gives you this look like, uh-huh. Well,
And yet she still kept calling my name. I hated it.
yeah. I
If
wouldn't
we
be
see
doing.
her again, I will apologize if that will make you feel better.
I couldn't care less. I'm just trying to make sure you're not making.
If you couldn't care less, then why are you asking about it?
Well, I think it's important if we're to be a team here that we say the things that are on our minds. Maybe if one of us, any of us, had spoken up a little bit harsher when Tom did his Tom things, he wouldn't be lying unconscious on the ground.
And what exactly did you expect us to do when he brought that orc into camp? I told him not to.
No, he was Tom was hopeless, but I have a lot of faith in you. Both of you. He was his heart was too big. What I'm trying to say is there's a fine line between one's own morals and values and the duty that you have to your friends, your allies, your companions.
Indeed.
I'm just making sure we're keeping that in mind. I don't mean anything of it. I just want to make sure we're all at least in the same book.
I think we are. And
But
maybe now would be a good time.
What book are we going to be in? And he pulls out 3 different books.
Well, I'm not a drow, so not that one.
Neither of us are.
Oh, I do know a little bit about that statue out there if you wanted to hear more.
I do, actually, that name interested me.
Welcome to the adventures of Sane Makes Shit Up.
Please
Oh.
do.
But we were waiting for a fair bit. We should head over to the markets. They should be set up by now, right?
Think so?
And bless his heart, we have such a nice little nest egg from Tom. Really thought he
Indeed.
was a sign from the. Anyways, I'm sure we'll see him around.
Would you like to lead the way, since you seem to know this town better than anyone?
At least read of it. It should be vaguely that way. It's he'll just start leading the way. I know towns. Maybe not this one particularly.
So it sounds
Maybe.
like you
Let's
guys
just give
are.
Sane look.
Yeah, sure, bud. So you guys are heading back to that kind of market square again, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. But yeah, there's still the kind of wagons that made it through. Folks are still unloading stuff. There's a lot of busy hands moving things. You get some glaring looks if you get close enough to like get in somebody's way. Like they're working really hard.
Okay.
They're not selling stuff right out of the market, but they're bringing things into various stores, loading wagons up to go towards the east gate, towards the north gate.
Nice.
It's a bustling, get this unloaded and let's move kind of thing.
Yeah. So, what are you all looking for? I could use some more daggers myself. I only got the one lucky one, and after that, what about all of you?
Well, I think it may be wise to invest in a hairbrush for this one.
Maybe a couple.
No, mine works just fine for me, thank you.
I meant a couple for him.
We shall see.
How about you, Valis? What are you looking for? What strikes your fancy?
Well, do you think anybody might have brought up magic scrolls or potions in general?
An
I
alchemist
know we
shop.
were with them for a while, but I don't know if anybody had journeyed with that stuff.
Hey, cats. Would I know of any alchemist materials or magic-y scrolls?
Alchemist magic-y scrolls, huh?
Yeah, I assume they'd keep that shit on lock. If so, Sane would have had to have been pretty snoopy, if I imagine.
Would you already know of them? Roll me a disadvantage history.
Oh, for sure.
What you got?
No!
My heart.
Yikes!
What did you roll there?
So I got a lucky number 7, followed up by a natural 20.
Yeah.
Fate,
So,
why do you play with me hard like this?
you don't know where they sell that kind of stuff. Though you could imagine, certain folk might be carrying stuff around they might sell. There was mention of quote-unquote adventures in the North Look. There's also in the center of town a couple shops. Maybe they have something. Who knows? There's Rendell's Emporium. There's the Black Iron Blades. But whether or not they have such things, you have no idea.
Well, I can't say I saw any, say, brewer's supplies or alchemist supplies or even magic scrolls. Parchments, sure, but didn't fancy them as magic. We could check the Emporium. Seems they gather bits and baubles. Points to the stream of probably just shenanigans being brought that way. Maybe visit Black Iron Blades afterwards. I can't say I have spotted any other stores that strike my fancy so far. What do you say, Facility?
That would sound like a good start. And then maybe after we do a little of investigating of those two, we can head over to the tavern to meet Helg.
I'm fond of that idea. There should be adventure sorts there. Maybe they'll know a better place to find some magics. For both of
might.
you.
Maybe.
And I will be asking about it there as well.
I know you will be.
Now, I say we get to the Emporium, ideally before some of these new bits and baubles go missing or sold. Let's see what we brought into town. After all, we helped get the caravan here. It only seems right to give back to the community. More than we already have.
Sure.
Truly, we're so noble.
I just shake my head. And I guess we go inside, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, just to clarify, so there's kind of two shops nearby. One of them looks like a blacksmith and kind of general outfitter, and then the other one is like a trade house, the Rendrow's Emporium. Sounds like you're going in the trade house first.
Yeah, trade house first.
Okay.
They're probably getting some new bits and baubles as stuff is being unloaded.
Yep, there's definitely stuff coming into there. Some folk like move when they're carrying stuff in or around the back.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's one of the kind of older looking cabin style buildings that you can see in the market square here. Entrance is facing the town square. And you can see a lot of the stuff you can see a lot of the stuff actually from the street.
Nice.
As you walk
Well
in.
done.
So as you go in, you can see there's some nice stuff on display. Fishing gear, obviously. There's a lot of fishing up here. There's some kind of bows and other such things made out of yew. Even some nice like Yeti skin coats with scrimshaw buttons. Like really fancy fish hooks if you really want to buy some fancy stuff, like some mithril fish hooks on sale. Like you want the nicest fish hooks in town. Let's go.
Oh yes, get bragging rights.
And there's advertised, axe heads and daggers crafted by Kelvin Cairns dwarves, things like that. Whether or not these are all what they are is unclear, but there's signs like, check out my cool stuff, you can buy it here.
Mostly not, I imagine.
Who knows?
But that's the fun of it.
Who knows?
Exactly.
And yeah, on the back side of the building, the caravaneers are just coming, just offloading. Hands are moving quick in the back.
Nice.
As you come in, little chimey sound goes off, and you
Yeah.
can hear bustling and talking in the back. It's like, hold on. And Ren Darrell, half elf, half elf man, comes up from the back. Losing my voice, need to drink more tea. And gives you all like that. Okay, who am I dealing with? Look, welcome to my emporium. As you can see, we're busy right now, getting some goods in stock. Is there something I can help you with, or are you just looking around? Do you have gold?
Plenty of gold. And excited about all of the new stock. Anything
Special?
anything of note come in?
Well, what are you looking for?
Opens the floor for Valis and Zilphi. Chip, 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 chip.
Looking for any type of arcane scrolls or anything arcane in general, I should say.
Magic. Okay. Let's see what we got. Any particular things? Just anything magic?
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing but the finest weapon. No.
Anything else I need to check into here? Anything else you're all looking for, or just magic?
Any combs or brushes or the like?
Brushes? Oh, we have some scrimshaw brushes here. They're very, very exquisite. I'll gather a selection, see what you'd like.
Sonic has on his best, like, perusing the market's face. Like, a little bit of interest here, there.
Good.
If you insist. I'm a bit of an alchemist myself, if you have any sorts of things in that regard. Concoctions, oil flasks, alchemist fire, vials, tinctures.
Okay. Do you have a list in mind of things that you're trying to gather? Or are you just trying to see what I have, all of it?
Give me a moment, I'll get a list together for you. Sane will pull out. He probably has a piece of paper on him. Checks.
While he's talking, I'd like to go look at the bows on display.
Okay. And with those bows, are you looking for anything in particular, or just kind of checking out the general, what they've got on display there?
Looking at them specifically for longbows, maybe pulling down a couple, testing grips and like testing feels and stuff, and
Yeah.
rangery things.
Ranger, how's Bowie's this bow here? Got it.
Is it good enough to replace the one that I lost?
No, but doesn't mean you're not gonna buy a bow here.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
I probably won't. Because the principle of the thing.
All right, I am also making myself a list here. Fine, sturdy.
Okay. Pulling some stuff up. Open this PDF. There we go. So magic things. You wanted scrolls, and potions. Are you like literally? Is there anything specific that you were looking for?
Anything specific? Maybe
Potions of healing.
potions of
Just about to
healing.
say potions of healing.
Something to make this chill wind a bit more. Wow.
Less chilly.
Yeah. Yes.
What else does Sane want? Daggers.
Well, we're going to the blacksmith after this, aren't we?
All of them. Yes.
Dags.
Dagger, dagger, dagger.
What else does Sane want?
Oh.
Do it. Now's the time.
I would probably also ask if they have any scrimshaw available.
Do we have Scrimshaw available?
Like
Please
just
say.
raw, like usable, not carved into anything kind of.
Got it.
You know what I'm asking for.
Yeah. Some knucklehead heads. Got it. Got it. My goodness, I'm gonna look up so many things.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Whee!
Let's go shopping. Okay,
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I was like, I want to go shopping.
that's fine.
This is
It's a good time to do it.
get it.
All right. We go here.
The question is, can we afford it?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I just have to ask: are you guys shopping for anything in particular? Is there a job you're going to go do?
Almost done with my list here. I'm gathering a few choice items myself.
We're here for a number of reasons, but
Way to sound fucking shady. Sorry.
most primary is just to gather information about the situation up here.
Got it.
And, of course, to try all of the delicious delicacies that you have up here. I just give, like, a sideways look at Sane.
Ah,
It just gives you this wide grin.
got it. Got it. And is this all the supplies you have? What you're carrying on you?
Yes.
I don't see any snowshoes. Are you planning on staying in Bryn Shander?
For the time being, but we have plans to travel to the couple of the other 10 towns.
If you two don't have snowshoes on your list, they should be.
Alright.
Sane peeks up for half a second.
So
Right.
snowshoes. You're all gonna want a pair, I assume.
Yes.
Please. Alright, let's see here. I think I'm just about... Here's my list so far, GM, just so you know.
Okay. So, Sane, your list includes some
Indeed.
super sturdy thread that you could connect fabric, lighter than rope, made of durable material, aka
You want all of us
silk.
to make lists?
Yeah, it's silk, right? Something
mean,
I could...
It's not a
Something
bad
I could potentially wrap around a dagger, toss said dagger, and retrieve it.
Got it.
Make it a kusarigama.
Yeah, if
But
you
I don't
guys
know
have
how.
anything in particular looking, it's definitely helpful to write it down. Looking for throwable things, daggers and darts. Looking for flasks of oil, alchemist fire, anything like that.
Yeah.
And some
and looking fucking regal. Some
So
like
stylish winter clothing, so you look
Yeah.
nicer, as well as some snowshoes. Okay.
I don't know how to spell Westcott. I also don't know what Westcott is.
Got it. Um,
Sorry, no such thing as a Westcott. It's either wheat or whiskey. The best I got for you.
okay. Now, with this coat on this list, you want it to be very warm and also very nice looking, correct?
Yeah, this is basically something to give Sane like a day. If somebody sees him, they're like, "Oh, is that someone important? Maybe, or did he steal that jacket?" Like a second glance kind of outfit.
Okay.
At least something nice.
Cool, cool, cool. Magic scrolls, potions, snowshoes. Cool. And is there any particular spells you're looking for? Because I'm probably going to roll to see if they have him. Or just
Mending.
anything.
Yeah, mending was gonna be one of them.
Be bad to have some additional fire.
And then
Perhaps something that can conjure food. Sane's just gonna be going down a list here. Yeah.
another being one that can identify the properties of magic items.
I like
Identify.
that. Useful. Useful.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Probably a map of 10 towns.
A map. Okay, a map. You guys must have a lot of gold. Good to hear.
We have some. We are just exploring options.
We pulled our weight in the caravan.
That too.
Well, our weight and then some. Shudders.
For you, maybe.
Bouts at you.
You can tell Zolfanus is making a joke with that. He's
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Thinking about it.
Sane just gives you a face like, how rude. How rude. Looks taken
How
aback.
dare you?
You've insulted my honor, good sir. You have
"Oh,
honor.
would you like me to insult it again? Because I can.
I have to have honor to be insulted.
True enough.
Nothing but the finest weapons and armor.
We have some, otherwise I would not bother to insult it.
I don't know if I should be. Nice, Nero. Hmm.
Looking up a lot of things at once here. No
Yeah, I can do
worries.
some. Okay, so yeah, I'll be testing out the bows and kind of like holding string back. Just none of them quite feel right. So
You've
one
got
back.
it, God.
Like
Take one down.
there's some decently built bows and crossbows and longbows. None of them are your bow, of course.
Yeah.
Um,
And my face just gets increasingly more disappointed.
yeah.
This bow does not spark joy.
Now, are you looking for like? So it's obvious you're trying all these bows. None of them are quite right, right?
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
8.
Oh, that's wrong. 9.
9. I take it none of those bows suit you? Seem to be putting them all back with a disappointed face.
Unfortunately, no. Mine broke into two a couple of days ago. Trying to find a replacement for it is like finding a needle in a haystack.
It needs to be exactly like that one.
Considering it is a bow that I've used for nearly 60 years, preferably. So you know of a way to fix it, the old one.
I'm not a magic caster myself, but I'll see if I can find something out if you'll be in town for a bit. No promises.
We will be, and that would be most helpful if you wouldn't mind. Thank you.
And we'd be more than happy to pay for such services. And the time spent.
That too.
All right. So far, we definitely have potions of healing.
Good luck affording it, boys. That'll be $2,000.
How many potions were you hoping to buy?
Couple, maybe one for each of us.
3 potions of healing. Got it.
Thought his eyes go wide like, holy shit. Oh,
Possibly.
what are those things called? It's a neat little kit that you can use to patch people up if they're disemboweled and the
A healer's
frozen away.
kit?
Yeah, we could try and see if I have something like that. Healer's kit. You wanted one of those? Okay. What you laughing about?
Just a lot.
Oh yeah, it is a lot.
Hey, we're getting it done now.
Best I can do is 350.
Looking through my back for magic scrolls, that's usually something that's custom ordered and asked to be brought up. They're not done unloading. I don't see anything yet. Though I do know there are some magic folks here in about 10 towns that have been around. They might have some scrolls that'd be willing to part with or write for you for a price. If you want, I can commission one. Depending on what the spell is, I can reach out to a caster and have it made, probably. It's just not something that people come in really asking for these days.
Of course.
He just looks outside.
What would the time frame on that one be?
I mean, the more money you have, the faster it will be, of course. But they'll need to get supplies and such things, move up on the spellcaster schedules. It might be something a priest can do, maybe something one of the wizards can do. I've heard there are wizards roaming about.
All right.
Do you have a particular spell in mind? You said something to help you identify magic stuff.
Mending.
And mending. To commission scrolls each. Of course, need gold up front. And I'll refund it if I'm unable to provide the scrolls. Don't worry. Though I will say, is that something you need now? Because I have heard it might be easier if you just pay them to cast the spell right off the bat.
If you have contacts, we'd love to meet one. Especially if you know somebody who may know a spell of mending.
Yes. It's something preferable to get it done now than later.
Got it.
If it can't be found, that it is all right. We do have other things to be worrying about right now.
No.
No.
It's on the list.
Snowshoes. 3 pairs.
It's a good thing that someone so kind and generous loaned you their bow, and while yours is, well, waiting to be repaired.
Is that really why you're trying so hard to get it fixed so you can have that bag?
Oh, I'm terrible with the bow. No.
Because if you want it back, you can have it.
You can put it to a lot better use than I can.
If you're certain.
Sana, you might as well just throw the arrows than shoot them from the bow.
I thinks about it for a second. Does this little head nod, like he might try that later.
I've heard of individuals that can catch arrows out of the air and throw them back at whoever shot them.
So you have heard of me. So he's gonna prattle on about some story that it's, not just arrows from bows, but crossbows too, and of even a skilled marksman. Have I told you about that time when I was in Tamara? No, I ain't a coach. The time that I was in Makoma. Made some less than savory acquaintances there.
I don't believe you have. Do tell us more.
Well, let us just say that I hope that my reflexes remain as sharp as they were then. Very rugged band, supposed to do an easy job, in and out, take care of delivering some goods, so to speak, and I have a habit of getting into things I probably shouldn't. So,
Of course, Mr. I don't have a wanted poster.
just look like, what the fuck? We are literally in a shop right now.
I say it very quietly, like it's intended just for you.
Okay, still running from the law. I see now. So, few companions, humans all, mostly humans in that town. They team up with me. None of them seem to really take me serious. We were supposed to be getting an even split of the payment. Easy in-out job, and despite a few losses and some complications that I'll gloss over, some oversights they'd rather not have had. There was 3 of us left, myself and a couple others. They thought that it would be privy to, well, have the amount paid split 2 ways. There were some disagreements, and I was trying to be the bigger man. Hard for me to do when most folks are taller than me. I turned my back, went to leave, and that's when I heard it. Flick of a crossbow. That subtle twang. Fortunately, I was quick enough to snap around. Only was I able to grab that bolt, which this is why I say I don't know if I can do it with arrows. But I can say that I wasn't happy to be having his bolt back. It's like I pulls down his winter clothing, like right here, hit him right in the neck.
I'm sure.
You doubt my story? My prowess?
Of course not, Sano. I would never doubt you.
Well, it's unwise to look down on me in such a way. Many folks have.
I don't look down on you. Never have. The only ways I look down on you is simply because I'm taller than you.
Who?
Hands on hips kind of gives you this, like...
Would a face like this lie to you, Sane?
Hold your gaze. Just kind of quiet for a second. No. You wouldn't lie to me.
Of course I wouldn't.
And besides, I know well enough to take you at your word. That's what allies do. companions. We trust each other.
I'd hope so.
If it's nothing, it's nothing. Right, Sylphie?
Yes. If it is nothing, it is nothing.
Just so you guys know, you've definitely exceeded how much money you have. I'm trying to get all this stuff put together.
Oh yeah, no, that was
It's
a
way-
Oh yeah, we're
long,
walking out with like bare min. Like, yeah, no, we're not getting all this.
Sai's gonna be Haggle Boy.
Cool. How much gold do you have altogether?
Oh no.
Just meta-wise. Because I'm like,
Enough
should I
for the
even
thing.
keep digging this up? Because I could ask what they're going to
26.
prioritize.
For me.
26.
27.
Nice. Sane has 26.
That puts us at 79 gold.
Plus 8 gold worth of silver, copper. So 87.
Gold piece is
Yes.
worth 10 silver, right?
Yes.
So
6 gold worth of silver.
Yep, and 6 gold worth of silver from me. That puts us at 99 gold.
You said 80 silver, Alu? On your
Yeah.
part?
Well, 79 silver, 23 copper. I'm just gonna round it to
Okay.
the 8.
That's fine. So that's
That'll be
another
99 gold.
99 gold between all of you.
Also, some things to note. Sane does have some bargaining chips,
Yeah.
such as this lovely gold-braided Viking-style necklace, authentic and from Skapta.
Authentic. Goodness.
Said you know some wizards. Surely they'd pay a handsome price for this tiny pouch of golden powder. Truly, any spellcaster would want this on their person.
Got it.
How about this box of small dried mushrooms? Quite rare, I
Right.
assure you. This
What are
tiny
we looking
figurine of
at?
a weasel. Fine quality indeed. It's actually a... No. Yeah, so that's what Sane's gonna be doing.
Cat figurines. Okay. Got it. Love it, love it. This is basically like I'm literally being the shopkeep right now.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Just like, oh,
And
damn.
I'm telling stories in character as Sane.
Checking all of his inventory. Oh, goodness.
Alchemist Fire. That'll be 50 gold.
You're all right after what happened with the salt cart, Sane.
What do you mean?
I heard it from Tom. You almost got crushed under there.
Oh, yeah. Would have been like taking a rotted log to a pumpkin. Oh, yeah, I almost died under there. Forgive me for not going under and re-chalking, but wasn't too enthused. That
No.
wasn't by any means my first time having a brush with death. And not the closest.
Not the closest. Then what's been your closest?
You're just gonna go out and ask me to relive something awful like that?
Maybe
Well,
not.
I've had many. I've been left bleeding to die in the gutter of some unnamed town, city. There was one time I was strapped to a temple altar that was meant to be given over as a sacrifice. Fortunately for me, they didn't make shackles small enough to fit my wrists properly.
You can tell that you're bullshitting him with that or not.
That's a good question.
Because out of character, wholeheartedly believe it. But I'm like, Z.
That's
That's a 22.
okay. You're like, you must be playing it up. That's fucked. No. You get the impression that some of the things that Sane is saying is probably pretty genuine. Maybe not exactly what happened. There's very likely some more context to it. But clearly not giving you the full story. It probably making some shit up as well, throwing them in there, keeping you off guard.
I mean, you don't have to tell me about your brushes with Dev. Though I could offer to swap one of mine, if you would like.
Oh?
Hmm.
Well, let's hear it. Story for a story.
Well, being a guide isn't exactly the safest thing in the world. Especially not when you're crossing forests, mountains, to other cities. There's been a few times where I've been hired to escort less than savory people, and while I do not ask questions, sometimes tongues are looser than they ought to be for what these people do. And there's been a few times, a handful of times, where, let's just say I overheard things that maybe I ought not to have heard. And somebody decided to try and, keep me quiet, as it were. Not that I have anyone to tell. I live by myself. But, I think the worst time was when they, tried to get sneaky and slip something into my food. I noticed before I did, but... So all was well with that one, fortunately. But was a close call. If I had not have noticed, and I almost didn't, I would be dead, more than likely.
Oh. Glad I am to have your keen perceptions. It hurts my heart to think about how they wronged you in your food. Truly. To think someone would do something so wicked.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. This is one more thing.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh no!
Leave me alone. You're good.
If you have any perfumes.
Perfumes?
You do realize that most people walk around with their faces covered?
Do you want the gold or not?
Just gives you this look like, oh my god.
Oh my god. It's like, what the fuck could you want with perfume? No. No, Charlotta.
Frozen.
No.
Did you hear what I asked?
No,
you froze.
not at all.
You totally
Okay.
froze.
I asked what need you have of perfumes.
I kind of glances sideways. Do you want to hear about that before or after my story in Brush with Death?
Oh, I thought you already told me one with the altar. Unless you'd like to swap a second story.
Well, it only seems right.
Then by all means, I believe it is your turn.
You're a guide. How far to the east have you been?
I would say I've been as far as Makoma, probably, right? Gats?
Yeah. We're getting
I've been about-
a little bit of echo from Charlotte right now. Not sure why.
Much.
It just started. It's weird. But it's not terrible.
Much further than that. There is an area of shifting plains. The sun never... It's the opposite of here. The sun never seems to set. Rolling hills of sand. Though the folk there were just as covered. Turbans. It's not too unfamiliar. 10 towns, I must say. People looking out for their own. A deadly hostile environment. Suspicion. Danger. Adventure. one such danger. There is a certain creature. I later learned it's called a, believe it was a Naluza. It is a rather insidious thing. It's about as tall as Tom, though, rather than bearing the likeness of a cat like him, it has the face of a jackal, a vicious, sneering dog, covered in fur and, well, spines. Not just claws, but all across his body. Real nasty thing. It's, moves a lot quicker than you'd expect, and it's, too many teeth. Too many teeth. No matter how dim the light, you can always see those gleaming eyes, ever hungry. You see, the thing about the Naluza is it has a particular interest and taste in humanoids. Nothing unusual for certain beasts, especially wicked ones. But
The-
this one happened to favor preying upon young children, left unattended, urchins. It must have mistaken me for an elven child, one of its favorite dishes. It was in the dead of night. Fortunately, I was still awake. I'm never the first one to sleep. I heard some rattling at the windows at first. A crash. Nothing unusual. There frequently fights back when I had lived in that region. Stones being thrown, places being sacked. Not exactly the most savory of places, so I didn't think much of it. Until I saw the shadows across my floor moving. The teeth
Terrifying.
and Sane kind of, like, very clearly shudders and seems a bit withdrawn. It was, I don't know how something like that could move from shadow to shadow like a snake. I knew then it was cursed. One of the enemies of the set. A filthy and wretched thing. I was supposed to take glee, joy in destroying serpents, but, one look into that maw and I was out the window. Didn't look back.
Understandable. Most people would.
And
Interesting.
yeah, Sane will probably shift some of his clothes to reveal a pretty wicked looking scar across his shoulder. I left a fair piece of me back there with it. I wasn't as quick then. Nowhere near as nimble. And yeah. No, that's my brush with death.
How long ago was that?
Now, thinks about it. It's been years. Long removed. It's as distant as those lands that I used to call home.
I see.
But,
Were those lands your home?
they were, for a time. Now perhaps this will be my home. For a time. That remains to be seen. All I can say is, as long as I don't find any jackal-furred creatures that desire to eat me, or the children living in the gutters, I would be a better life by far.
Indeed.
No. But, you asked me about the perfume, did you not?
I did.
Mm,
What of it?
It is a show of faith to Lady Luck, say it.
Alright.
She tends to favor those that are in high spirits and smelling nice.
Can't say I disagree with that, but Lady Luck is not who I worship, so I will leave you to that.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Lady Luck, I fear that I'm not a cat like Tom. I don't have 9 lives, and I'd very much like to keep the one that I have. But, I do think there is luck in keeping cats around. If you happen to see one. Let me know.
Can do.
Alice, you seem to like cats. If you see one, you should let me know as well. They're
I
good luck.
shall.
And we could use all the luck we can get.
Shall I trade my second story to you while we wait for him to finish up?
I think I just finished. But you can.
Oh,
But you can. I got 3 fucking pieces of paper filled with all of your damn items. It's fine.
did you really ask for that many?
Yeah. Especially Sade.
Oh,
you talking about?
I see how it. Gotcha.
And a jacket, and perfumes, and a
Are
heel.
you all shopping together or separately?
I think separately.
Who wants to go first?
I would like to, please.
Slap Sylphie on the back.
Okay. And let's see. Roll me
Shopkeep sets some dice on the counter.
Sorry. Roll me 3d6.
Ooh. It's got 3d6. Holy
Wow.
fuck. What?
Wow.
What the fuck? What does that mean?
I don't know.
So he looks
We
at
need
you,
to find a cat.
looks at your hair, looks at everything, so and grabs a chunk of scrimshaw, just like a head of a fish, honestly. Puts it on the counter and puts on a comb. It's not super nice, but it's a scrimshaw comb. Like it will work. It's just not very. It doesn't have like a bunch of intricate carvings. You know, it's definitely an apprentice's comb that he's probably had in the shop for a while. And then puts a pair of snowshoes on the counter that look like they'll fit you. Like looks down. Oh, he's pretty tall. Or rather, looks up and down.
Only down now.
Now, you guys have enough. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. You can pay for it. Let's just start with the snowshoes. They're pretty high demand out here. So how does? Let's see. And they are a bit bigger. You do have some rather large feet for your size. A lot larger than that one.
Say what they say about that.
You'd have to pay more for snowshoes, apparently.
It depends on the quality too, and we do have some of the nicest snowshoes that you can buy.
But the fun is snowshoes and armor.
Let's see. Let's call it so maybe 3 on the snowshoes for now. You are buying all this stuff together, so 3 gold on the snowshoes. For the chunk of scrimshaw, this is a mighty nice piece. You'll find some smaller pieces that go for a bit less around here, but we only sell quality here in my shop. I can let go of this piece of scrimshaw for 15 gold, just this raw hunk here. And as far as the brush goes, it is already carved on. It's a sturdy, nice piece of scrimshaw, just as strong and as fine as ivory. I can sell you this one. Again, it's smaller, so it's a bit cheaper, and taking the labor into account, just 18 gold for the scrimshaw brush.
I hope Z makes that face.
Yes.
Can I pick up? All right, he's a woodworker. He knows what good work looks like. You pick up the comb and kind of like give it a once over and like look over it and look over all of the things.
Yeah. That sounds like an investigation to me.
Well, you're fine, little puppies. Not gonna kill you dead.
Sick.
Very nice.
These look like they're made out of scrimshaw.
Ew.
Wow.
It is apparent what I had said with the comb before. You know, it's not ornate. It's functional looking. It's not super decorated.
Fishy
Um,
gold.
The scrimshaw, it's a fish head. Looks like a fish head.
How big is it?
It's, you know, like bigger than your fist, probably. So maybe about
Yep.
fist-sized hunk of scrimshaw.
They are called knucklehead trout.
Question is, could I make? Does it look like I could make two things out of it if I wanted to, or just the
Depends
one?
on what they are. Again, it's like, think of it like, you know, there's the brain and the eyes and everything under it. There's kind of a big forehead is the main area that you carve out of. If you're making really small things or like two matching pieces that were very small, you could. Generally
just
speaking, most projects it would be one thing.
Yeah.
If it's for the
I
thing
just
you were
had-
messaging me about, you'd probably use this to do that.
Okay.
It could be the two halves that go on either side, kind of a thing. I would let you get away with that.
Trout fillet, knucklehead trout dumplings.
And the, yeah, I mean, they're snowshoes.
Yeah. Okay.
They look
Well,
like they would fit.
I think I shall go ahead with the scrimshaw piece and the snowshoes.
18 gold then. Sounds like kind of like, why'd I bother getting this comb? Sounded this whatever. Is the comb
not my
not,
fault.
just
Gold.
the comb not fancy enough?
No, it's serviceable.
Just not interested. Got it. Okay.
Thank you
And-
though for finding that for me. I do appreciate it.
18 gold then.
Yes.
And you now have one chunk of scrimshaw and
Ding.
some snowshoes.
Ew. One. Scrimshaw. One snowshoe.
Who going? Anything else I can help you with?
No, I do believe that will be all. Thank you.
Go ahead, Valis.
You asked for quite a bit here. Now,
It's like, all right, one health potion, 50
oh,
gold.
yeah. Oh, that's right. At the potions. Were you each buying your potions, or was this one getting a potion for all of you?
Well, let's see how the prices stack up first, if it's all right.
Okay. So 3 health potions. You'll find our health potions do act more quickly than most, and they last for a bit longer as well. I can't even straight face this right now.
Yeah.
Sane literally in the back, like,
Uh-huh. I could sell you each of these. You know, since you're buying them all together, and you are already buying other things, I could let go of these for maybe 55 apiece.
and how much for the healer's kit? I'm more of a hands-on type of man myself.
I thought we were dealing with your friend first, but okay. Let me get your list here. The long list. That's right. Oh, healer's kit, healer's kit, healer's kit. Oh yes, we do have fully stocked healer's kit used by the finest healers in the region of 10 towns. People come from all over to get access to the kits we put together here. Now, do you need the full kit or a smaller kit?
You could probably make do with half a kit. Do you have one that's been used thus far?
No, we do make different sizes.
Oh.
Things like that. And she looks at, she's like just resisted saying something about how small you are. It's obvious.
Don't worry. I'm sure the smaller snowshoes will save me a pretty copper.
I tell you what, I could do 8 gold for the healer's kit.
Just nods. Like,
Puts it on the counter. Sorry, it seems like he's taken your place. Think
no,
about the
no, no,
potions
no.
in the meantime. Now you have quite the list here. You wanted some silk, daggers. I'm afraid I don't sell daggers here. I do have hunting knives, fishing knives. Not specifically for combat or throwing. More of a, very ergonomic handles and keeps your hands together while you're doing work, skinning, hunting, filleting. We also have some nice cooking knives as well. I hate to say it, but the blacksmith next door might have knives you'd feel more comfortable throwing, unless you like throwing very ergonomic handles.
Wow.
We
Forget
do
about
have-
the knives then. The flasks. Anything of interest there?
We did get, believe it or not, we do have some alchemist fire, as well as some acid.
Like,
Um,
woo!
We also have some oil flasks. The perfume you asked for, we do have. A client requested we bring some in, though I could part way with some of it. We tried to get a bit more than they'd asked for, just in case. You know how the caravans go. You never know if they're actually going to make it, which is one reason the prices are so high. We have a great selection of overcoats, if that's what you're going for. We have some that are so warm you wouldn't even need to wear that get up, and those that just go over what you're already wearing that make you look nice. So,
Let's
what do we want to talk about first? Just tapping.
first let's go with the basics. I'm interested in the healer's kit. How much for the snowshoes?
Looks down at your little feet.
Come now. It'd be like snowshoes for children.
You're right. There is a smaller pair. I could do 2 gold, 5 silver.
Okay. Agreeable. And let's see here. So you've got the snowshoes, the healer's kit. You said you could part with some of the perfumes.
Yes. I can indeed. Now,
How much and for how much?
they come in little bottles. You can, open, waft, dab, however you'd like. There's actually a few different kinds of perfume. The cheaper perfume that we have, could probably let go for 7 gold a vial. The nicer ones go up from there. Would you like something more exquisite? Looks at Sonny like, you got
Yeah.
the gold, buddy.
So GP. I'm just taking notes as we go. I'm just noting prices as
yes
we go.
or no on this? Or are you undecided?
Undecided for now. The last thing I'd like to talk about. Those threats, which we can cover the rest given time. Do you have anything that fit my description?
We do have silk. I think that's probably the sort of material that you would want to fasten such a thing out of. Now, we can sell that to you in a couple ways. We have kind of spools that you can put together. We also have silken rope. I don't know how thick you would want. It's not something I've sold, a knife retrieving rope, per se. How long of a rope did you want this to be?
Long. The longest.
No. Wouldn't need to be. I'd be looking for something around 20 feet. Though I could make do with roughly half of that.
Oh, so very close. Okay, got it.
You have longer.
We do. We have some 50-foot long. Basically, I just cut you off a spool of the rope, so it's.
Is your.
I
How
mean,
much for a spool of 50?
now this is silk brought all the way up from the Southlands. Just so you know, as are the garment silk bolts that we have in the back. Now,
The what?
a bolt, a bolt of cloth.
Oh, yeah, Sonic Fox, I would know. I was like, Loads crossbow.
Bolt of cloth. I could get you 50 feet of rope for maybe 20 gold.
Wow.
Um,
Pondering a second.
it seems like that's a bit high of a price for you. What were you thinking for the gold, for 50 feet of silk? Again, you did mention it doesn't need to be quite as thick.
Well, if you have some thinner samples, I'm not exactly looking to secure a caravan or hold something together long term. Something light, nimble, won't snap when I throw a dagger. Ideally not too weighty.
The silk is very light. I think it holds over 500 pounds of load. Would you
Shit.
want it to be weaker than that?
You have some. I wouldn't be needing 500 pounds.
I can
I would
check.
do that.
I can check.
You have my thanks. I
Could maybe look for a discount if there's some. I'll see what we have
We
in the
can
back. We'll talk
take your
about it.
time for the rope. The rope, the snowshoes, healer's kit, and maybe the perfumes. I'd like to haggle for those. I'm still waiting on the second half of my payment. Hopefully I can come back to purchase the rest another time.
Let's see if it's still here. Sounds good.
That's
Um,
understandable. And I
so-
pay for such convenience.
Snowshoes,
Right,
perfume.
Merle.
Did you want a potion?
Looks crossways. I'll be good with the healer's kit. As I said, I'm more of a hands-on person myself, though it does sound lovely.
Okay.
Your hands on, I'm sure.
All right.
You should know, Zilphy.
I do.
If I did find a thinner piece of rope, 50 feet of it, I might be able to discount down 18, 15, depending on how thin it is. See if there's any imperfections. Again, 7 gold on the cheap perfume. Did you want something nicer?
It depends. How does the cheap perfume smell?
She puts the bottle, or he puts the bottle, pushes it towards you. Don't waste it or drop it, you will buy it.
Of course.
Of course. How does it smell to Zilphy's sensibilities?
You
like the smell of cheap perfume, Zilphy?
I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm afraid with the gold I have on me now, I might have to be settling for the cheaper side.
Roll me a perception and an investigation. Perception's
I-
how sensitive is Z's nose?
I-
Investigation is can you discern how much it's worth?
16 and a net
Holy
20.
shit. Though I so would love to get my hands on some of the nicer.
Sensitive
I
enough.
can-
You can definitely pick out perfume's quality a bit. With the nat 20 investigation,
I always seem to roll a nat 20 when it comes to
Yeah.
shit like that.
nat 20,
Sonny's all for this.
nat 20 investigation. This is a perfume. It's probably worth 5 gold down in the south. So even though it's not a super
That's
fancy
actually
perfume,
That's a fair price if you sell it at 7 up
yeah,
here.
it's like a decent basic perfume, if that makes sense.
Does it smell like anything?
What do you want it to smell like?
Decent
What's
basic
basic
perfume.
perfume to you? Maybe citrusy or something.
Sweet pea. That's what,
Sweet pea. There you go.
that's what comes to mind. It's like those Bath and Body Works body sprays.
As it's the smell of
Cheap
basic
rose.
basic archfey.
No, it's not pumpkin spice.
Obvious fight now. So yeah, probably some like nice citrusy, vanilla like clearly
Yeah.
heavy on that.
It's not very refined. It's not perfect, obviously. It's not super exquisite, but it's like a solid perfume. Basic perfume.
It's serviceable enough, I think. I think it smells nice enough.
I think so too. And to find something as this all the way out here, the
Indeed.
shopkeep knows he knows his stuff.
Oh, it's the customer you can thank. Well, I won't tell them I sold it.
Of course not.
Gives an appreciative wink.
How much did you say it was?
Up 7 gold.
I will slide 7 onto the counter for it.
Oh, shit.
You're buying the perfume. Interesting.
So I like
Okay.
how courageous.
And the rope. Let me check, and I'll be right back. Roll me a d20. Sane.
6.
No!
Oh,
They rolled a 6. So
it was meant to be, God.
they come back in a little bit.
We do have
And-
this infernal twine.
No. 666.
The exit.
I rolled another one just to see, but no.
That would have been really cool.
I think I have some rope that I could let go 50 feet of, silken, for 15 gold. Would you like it?
I'd love it. So, 15 feet, 50 feet of silken rope. We've got the snowshoes, the healer's kit, and Zilphie over there covered the cost of perfume for me. So generous.
Call it a
Let's-
gift if you like.
The rope itself, do you mind if I see it?
If you promise to buy it, I'll cut it now.
I have the gold. And Insane will kind of reach into his bag. I also have this. And we'll pull out a gold braided Viking style necklace. You know, this fine piece here came from Skapta itself. One of the nobility was willing to part with it. Do you think something like this would fetch around here?
Not overly familiar with Skapta's wares and jewelers. Do you know who made it?
Insane's gonna make some shit.
Do it! Do
Oh,
it!
hold on. I believe his name was Burger. Burger. I believe it meant keeper. He was a fine jewelry maker. I believe he was in league with Taylor. Made some of the finer works there. Quite a bit of gold coming in, fine jewelry going out.
I can affirm his claims. I am from Skapta. Or at least I'm familiar with the city and what it produces.
At least that's what I was told who made it. It's very possible they had acquired this lovely piece. Regardless, you can't mock its quality. I've an eye for such things. So does my companion here.
Do you mind if I see it?
Sure. Kind of gives him the sly look. Like, presents it a bit. Here you go. Pass it over.
Just so they're kind of, looking at it, holding it.
Sane's gonna be talking it up. Of course.
How much were you hoping to get for this?
Well, we're in the process of bartering. You
Aren't
seem
we?
to have yes, you seem to have a fair bit of jewelry around here.
Some.
How much? I'm sure you could turn the price many times over. You've got some new items coming in. You're clear to have a lot more visitors. You said if the things are still here when we come back, clear you know how to sell them.
See, the
So how much
issue I have with that, business has not been quite as busy in the jewelry department, given the travel obstacles. We more go through wares and survival gear here. Now, I might be able to sell this for the right price. I don't know much about it. I'll need to do some research and some labor to see if I can figure out who made it, if there's a name attached, if it's popular. Maybe I can get a bit more. Unfortunately, you don't really have too much detail about it.
Sane, you know, can he try and play it off like, oh yeah, this is one of the pieces from, like, just
You can roll a deception. You can.
all
'Cause
right.
That's what that is.
It is a deception, and that's a 23
Nice.
PM.
23
Sane is
deception. Here's what I'm gonna say. Sane would, if he does do this, he would do this knowing that if the truth did come to light, that might not be good. But yes.
you know, yeah, that's fair. Of course, that's how it goes.
Not even lying, I just nat 20'd.
Oh, you're like, this isn't his work. Come on now.
She gives you this look. That's a fine story. I might use that if I buy it and sell it. Though I think you and I both know that's not the case, is it? From
quality
Skapta?
is-
Sure. I
The
can believe
quality
that.
is there, though.
It's a nice piece. I can't lie about that.
And, as you said, you could always sell it like that. If you buy it. So how much would you want for it?
Me think on it. And she just like sets it down on the counter. In the meantime,
Meantime,
rope, 15 gold. So at 25 gold, 5
and
silver
5 silver.
from you. And thank you for the 7 gold for the perfume. Hope you guys are taking these off of your gold stuff.
I'm
'cause-
taking notes. I'm gonna take the price off at the very end, just in
Oh,
case
I know
I
what
can
you're
get
doing. I know what
a
you're
little bit more hagglies in there.
doing. So with this deal here, given the 25 gold, 5 silver, how does that sound to you? Deal?
It's about it for half a second. It's like trying to figure out which of these you could get just even a bit of a corner cut on it.
I mean, you can haggle. You can
Yeah.
always haggle. I'm just role
Steelers.
playing a shopkeep.
A sealer's kit here.
Hmm.
You
The
mentioned you had
discounted
different
one. Yes.
Discounted.
discounted from how much?
Well, the full-sized healer's kits, I would charge you, at least 12 gold.
Okay. And the one that I'll be getting, how much is this?
Like I mentioned, 8 gold is what I'm charging you for that.
Talking about the supplies. I'm not going to be finding a pair of gauze and tweezers in there, am I?
What? What do you mean?
You said that it's not the full one. What can I expect from the healer's kit?
Oh, it's just not as much. It's the same sort of supplies in there, just not as much.
Kinda raises an eyebrow. You don't mind if I take a look, of course.
She just opens the kit on the counter.
Try and make some shit up again, like, yeah, see?
Because you know all about healer's kits, don't you?
He
Conrad?
knows nothing about healer's kits. And he's really hoping this person doesn't either. He's like, man, I hope they're not an apothecary in another life. Like,
Yeah, they open the healer's kit. But do you see anything out of order? I have another one if this one's missing something.
fuck. Well, for the price, which, GM, approximately, is this something that I would know? Would I roll medicine to see how many uses I could get out of this, like, mechanically speaking?
Sure.
Medicine?
Roll away.
Wow, 16?
Nice.
Congrats, that's the highest medicine size ever gonna roll.
You probably get 10 uses out of this healer's kit.
fuck, 10 uses out of this one? Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you, meta-wise, it's a healer's kit.
Yeah. Well, it's not that anything is missing, just like you said, but surely this is, what, half of what I'd be expecting from, well, a full-sized healer's kit.
Oh no, this is just the smaller disc. I can get you the big ones that I sell. Would you like one of those?
Not necessarily. The amount in here is fine for me, but the asking price, 8. Surely 6 would be more reasonable for what's here. Yeah, both our eyes meet,
Oh, really?
eyebrows raised.
How do you figure?
Well, simple enough. We've got a party of 3 here, and for what it is a smaller sealer's kit. It's ideal maybe for one person, someone small such as myself, but you might not get as much use at it, especially in such a dangerous place as the tundra. With all of the wear and tear, how quickly the supplies in here might be used up. I can see the price difference and the reason people would be inclined to be buying the fully stocked ones. And don't get me wrong, this is nice, but again, what's here? One? Maybe half an expedition for this? 6 gold seems a fair asking price. It is the smaller one. Surely.
I mean, you could look around and see if you find a better priced healer's kit in another store. And she just like kind of closes it.
What I thinks about it.
What's your best price then on the healer's kit? This one, since it is smaller.
7's always been my lucky number. I could do 7 gold.
7 gold, 7 silver.
Good lady. No, good lady.
We could round it out if you have 7 copper laying around. 'Twere trice the luck.
Sade's like, shit.
You right.
When it comes to our health, what better investment could we have? 7 gold, 7 silver, and 7 copper. You hear just a small utterance slide to Lady Luck. Sade's like, oh fuck, they got me there.
Congrats, you saved 3 copper, 2 silver on that one.
Yep.
If you come to decision about the rope,
I'll take it.
15
At
gold.
15.
All right.
Cut it to 50 feet. And if I find the quality isn't worth that 5 gold disparage, then you can assure I'll be back. Well, I'll be back regardless.
He comes and he brings
Right?
you the rope. Tired. Brings you the 50 feet of silken rope. And yeah, it's nice, it's light. Seems strong.
Biscuits. All right.
Minus
Side.
15 gold.
Yep.
And the snowshoes, you'll take these. 2 gold, 5 silver.
2
Yes,
gold
agreed.
and 5 silver. Thinks about it. Such a small difference for snowshoes made for a child.
Half a gold? I assure you that's not a small difference around here. And the only reason I'm really giving you guys such a discount is since you're buying so much at once. Again, you can shop around for snowshoes elsewhere if you'd like. See if they have them for cheaper.
Holds the hands up like, I'm not going outside without snowshoes. You've got me on that one.
Maybe I should raise the price.
You know, after I've made this purchase here, I can't, well, after we leave your store, I can't say that'd be a bad thing. The caravan just came in. There'll be many folks looking to make an investment.
So,
2
about
gold,
the
5
snowshoe?
silver. Slice
Yeah.
it.
got it. Thank you, and
12. 7 minus 12. 67.
I'm sorry, your friends? pushed you out of the way there. So she just turns her attention to Valis. Now, as far as acquiring magic scrolls, again, I could try and get a hold of one of the spellcasters around here. I suspect I could have them cast that identify spell. I know it would at least cost 25 gold minimum. Maybe more. And as far as the other one, you said it's a lower level magic spell, correct? I would expect at least 10 gold for that. Now, I'd be willing to take a deposit on that, and then if there is an increased price or a decreased price, depending on how much it costs, of course, a bit of finder's fee and work on my end. If it was a big difference, I would give you some back. And if there was a large charge from whoever made the spell, I would need to ask for more money for it. What would you like to do?
Would you be willing to tell me where I might be able to find them if I needed to have the spell cast immediately?
Well, there is the priest over in the House of the Morning Lord. I know they have some magic. As far as wizards go, I don't keep track of them, though I know one of them stops by here every so often. It's just kind of like, you might find them wherever there's important people about. How familiar are you with Bryn Shander? I believe you mentioned you just came in. I haven't seen you all before.
Correct.
If you don't see them in the market square, you could check over in the Speaker's Palace or the Council Hall, over in the kind of southern sections and mid-southern section of town.
Is Pride Silk?
Right. Thank you on that one.
Do you want me to try and find them for a scroll? Or to get a scroll commissioned?
I think that might be alright. I think what I'm looking for is something that needs to be identified immediately, and I don't need a scroll for.
Got it. So yes, the potions you asked for, 55 gold apiece. What else was on your list here?
Snowshoes.
Snowshoes, yes. Snowshoes for yourself. So which we establish sizes. Why don't we do for you 2 gold, 8 silver.
Okay. How much was that that brush there, that scrimshaw brush?
18 gold.
18. Okay. Believe I'll take the snowshoes and that brush then.
Excellent. 20 gold, 8 silver, please.
All right. Slide it forward.
That sounds like 18 gold for the brush. But that can make a gold out. We can make a brush out of gold for that.
Scrimshaw's like ivory, man.
Yep.
It's white gold. I think it was called.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for those. I know there was a lot more on your list. Was there anything else that you'd like to discuss? Any of the alchemical things? I do have some alchemy kits, things like that, brewer supplies like you asked for.
Just holds the hand up.
Fuck.
If it's here when I get back.
We'll see if it is. Better
Looking
hurry.
forward to it.
Folk are going to be scrambling in to get what they can from the caravans.
Sane just gives this look like, oh, I fucking know.
Thank
I-
you for your help.
Keenly aware.
I'm losing my voice. Just remember, if there's anything you need to keep you alive around Rinshander, come back to Rendaryl's Emporium.
Of course. Thank you.
And sounds like you all leave the shop. Or is
Yeah.
Sane's got that finger under chin.
I leave.
It is a fine piece of work, isn't it? Just gives this last look like something you want to add to your collection while people are hustling and bustling. You could turn a nice profit, as you said. Now's the time when people are going to be coming in for novelty items. All sorts of things.
You got a point. There might be some foot traffic. Might be able to sell it. What's your best price? I like that sigh. Just now. Fuck.
Yeah. Wow.
Um,
Given the make.
I'll just give you a meta thing too. You
Please.
know that it's probably like down in the south. If you were to sell it at a retailish market, you might see something like this around 5 gold plus or minus, depending.
5 gold? Alright. Sane. Well, I was hoping to get 15 for it, given the prestige and its maker.
Alleged prestige, alleged maker.
Of course. Doesn't mean it won't sell.
I don't think I'd be able to turn a profit at that rate. Is that really the best price?
Well, what do you think would be turning a profit? What's it worth to you?
If I'm being honest, I could only maybe guarantee I could sell this for 4 gold, maybe 5 for the right buyer. You know, that I really doubt that the story is going to be able to get me that 15 gold that you talked about. If you had any kind of provenance, or if their name was more popular or famous or known up here, I might be able to get something like that.
Popular enough that you knew about it, and I'm sure some of those exquisite clientele, ones that would easily pay 7 for a small vial of perfume, would want a fancy bitter bauble such as that. You know you could turn it for more than 4 or 5 gold.
So roll me a persuasion.
Yeah.
I just rolled opposing. I rolled high. Just
Do it,
letting you know.
Sane!
I rolled high.
No.
This was your thing, Sane!
Natural 1.
No!
4 and 8, which is hilarious. That is so high for a nat 1.
This is literally his thing!
To
You
be
know
fair,
what?
this person already nat 20 insight
No, that's
against you earlier.
They know. They know.
So-
They're like, I know that name, and you're full of shit.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'll give you 25 silver. That way, I know that I can sell it and turn a profit.
You could melt it down and and make it into more than at least 3 gold coins. I can't do any less than 3.
I'd feel more comfortable around 2.
You know you can sell something as this. You're gonna be getting the foot traffic, as you said. Now's the time. 3 gold. That's the lowest. The lowest I can go.
Just keep it.
You haven't seen
she's-
Sane make this face before, but he turns around with just the most like, stay out of this. And then turns
I'm
back.
sorry, I don't think we could make a deal today. If you change your mind, I might be able to buy it for 2.
We'll be around. And hey, who knows? Maybe we can cut a deal for some of those alchemist supplies. If they're still around. We're
Once
gonna
you
be
get
selling many
paid,
things.
come back. Valis, any stuff from you before you leave? I was not expecting this big of a shopping list. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, sorry.
I guess this is something I should have mentioned out of game. if you guys do have an idea of stuff you're gonna try and buy,
I fucked.
send
I fucked
me
that
a
up.
list before the game
Yeah,
so I
I
can.
should have put that in character
I
chat.
have it all. It's just like I had like 3 PDFs open and I'm searching a compendium. It's all there. It just takes me a minute to pull up, as you saw. Sorry. Valis, any other stuff you want to do in this particular shop? Okay.
Negatory.
And if, in case it wasn't clear, if you ended up finding Velini, you could probably pay her to cast a spell, basically.
Yeah.
Is what they were alluding to.
Yeah.
Now it is
That's
10
around.
o'clock. We could stop here if you would like. We could at least take a break. I know,
What a-
Joe, you're barely alive. So I imagine you would like to stop an hour ago, maybe, and not have to watch us all make a shopping list.
I would at least get one quip over to Zilphanis
That's
before we
fine.
go.
But sounds like stopping now, yeah?
I guess.
Joe, yes? Okay, cool. Let's do a little bit of wrap up here. You guys are in the market square. You spent a bit of time in the Emporium talking to Velini. It's like midday now.
Whoa. Talking to Rendaryl in the Emporium.
Yeah, you talked to Velini, and then you talked to...
Oh, yeah,
Rendell.
no, I thought you said we talked to Fellini a bit in the Emporium. I was like, oh, shit.
This guy's self
I heard that
shimmers
too.
away.
Kobolds scurry from under the
I'm
counters.
tired today. I'm tired
No, I get it.
today.
I was
It's
just like, oh.
No. Anyways, yeah, Rendaryl, is who you were talking to in the shop, but you talked to Velini earlier. Tom is arrested. What's your quip, Sane?
Sylvanas, I didn't know you were so gracious around allowing robbery. I'd say in broad daylight, but we won't be finding much of that here. That's what that was. That was borderline robbery.
What can I say? I've never been great at haggling.
I am.
I know.
Gotta get it's like threw me off my game, Sylphie. I could have sold that necklace.
I think you-
Sane's just still grumpy about not selling that.
it's fine.
Maybe I can find some sucker in town who has gold.
Possibly. Maybe at the tavern.
There's a thought.
Some drunk poor sword that would like it.
I wonder if they silver weapons around these parts. Retta could use a new outfit.
As he says that, Valis, you see Blacksmith, like, behind him.
Yep.
Points. Ah.
Well, I'm not gonna push it too much, because I think we're wrapping up.
Yep.
Because if you'd allow me, I'd go right to that blacksmith and put another list out.
Please don't.
Yeah, there's a sturdy built shop almost right by the Emporium called Black Iron Blades
Yeah,
Smithy and
It's a really cool
Outfitter.
name.
And it looks like a kind of combo shop of blacksmith and some general goods. Anything else before we wrap up? Nope.
Nothing in good conscience.
Nope. Good. Alrighty. But yeah, shopping, I love getting lists ahead of time. It speeds things up in game for me.
Yeah. that
No,
was-
I didn't think we were going to be getting that intense with it. I thought it was like a couple of things.
Nope, this is
It's like-
Sane now.
I'm just over here like, Jesus. It's fine.
This is Sane now.
It's fine.
At least I kept my list relatively simple. Anything
those-
magic.
Deals.
Yeah, same here. I was like, snowshoes, scrimshaw, comb.
Let's just swing by Taco Bell on the way home. All right, I went 13 tacos. 4 of those I want to be Doritos tacos. 4 of those will be Baja. I want beans on 5. It's just
No onions in the bean burritos. Add a side. That was supreme.
Yeah. Do you guys have ice cream? What? Could you get some?
How much do I have to pay you to get ice cream?
Hey, yo, I got this watch. Can I get some tacos? It's like it wasn't that bad. It was fine.
Hey,
But-
if I'm gonna be haggling for random bits and baubles, the Emporium's the place to do it.
But let's wrap it up. Do our little outros so poor sick Joe can rest. For more D&D tomorrow. And the next day, and the next day.
Mm.
All right. Thanks for tuning in or watching. I know this was an interesting session of Boda, removing a player and then going shopping. Thanks for tuning in. And I was Gats, GM for this. I think I already said that. Who was I playing with?
I'm Eludria, Luna. I was playing Sane. He haggles for things. I had a lot of fun. Oh, dumb. Have a good night.
Hello, I'm Charlotte, and tonight I played Sylphanis. I'm not a haggler. I just buy things. Have a good night.
And I am Joe. I played Valis. Again, I apologize for my sickness. For I am down with it.
Can't sing it, though. All
Nope, nope, you're not.
right. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.